Alright, everyone, so welcome back. Last session, we spent the entirety facing off with the Cult of the Burnt Tongue, far below the town of Greenest, at least out in the outskirts of that area. You all initially broke your way into the cult, facing off with several cultists, and interrupted a ritual that Lord Yellowcrest had been performing, sacrificing several of his own people in addition to what seemed like some of the former village inhabitants, sacrificing them to something unknown, for the time at least, dropping them into a pit where you all had found some prisoners and a strange amorphous blob of some sort of almost fungal goop down there. Well, it became pretty clear what they were doing up there with that ritual, feeding this thing, growing it in strength. You were able to defeat Lord Yellowcrest with relative ease, but the thing that he had created far below was far less of a pushover than Yellowcrest himself. Came bursting up through the floor, dragging with it several undead creatures seemingly animated by this strange fungus. Came crashing from through the floor, and a pretty tense fight ensued. You all were able to eventually triumph over that creature. Just as it died, a face in a cloud of spores shot up from it and revealed itself to be Uskar's brother. Whether or not it was controlling the beast was a manifestation of that individual or just a message left behind is unclear. But as soon as that message finished playing, that is where we left off. So you all got a chance to level up to 8. If you have not gotten a chance to do so yet, please do so now. Everybody should be at level 8. That happened just at the end of that last fight, and we pick up now, assuming that you've had a chance to rest, still down in that temple. So that is where we are going to go ahead and pick up right now. Okay. So, the aftermath of this battle still settling around all of you. Many chambers still left. The documents that the cultists left behind still here. So, still at the temple, what would you all like to do?
Uskar, how you doing? Did we kill your brother, or is this any of this jogging any memories?
No, wishful thinking that his brother's dead. He's pretty sure he's not dead yet, but he wants to get to the bottom of it. He's just pissed off his brother was too weak to be here to face off against him.
That didn't seem like weakness. That seemed like a really strong thing. It almost killed us.
You know, his brother's weak.
Okay.
Perhaps the best option we could do would be to look around and see if we can find any clues to what the... See if there's any clues to where your lost sibling could be located at.
Oh, for sure.
I think that information is dead on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he squished Lord Yellowcrest, sadly.
Possibly, but there is also still plenty of documentation hidden within here, so
Brayla stuffed a bunch in her pockets.
I do think we should go through the stuff and also check and see if there's any other nasty surprise. Make sure there's no nasty surprises that they've left to unleash upon the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The survivors from earlier, you all allowed the opportunity to escape before your final showdown with the beast from below. They gather outside. Some of them heading back into town, others waiting for all of you.
What about the dragon lady? Is she fine?
Yes, she would indeed be one of the people that is waiting up above, waiting to make sure that you all make it out okay. Orifina Scalearm was her name. She was waylaid on the road, similarly to how you all were, except her being by herself did not stand nearly as much of a chance as you all did. She was essentially an innocent bystander in all of this. She was passing by. She wasn't searching for the cult like Sir Vekin was. She doesn't know too much other than the fact that those cultists that had been dealing with her, all of them at some point or another had entered into the room with that creature and then come back out as some sort of final initiation into the cult.
And
Sorry.
was she able to see Rage at any point? Was he in here physically?
If you were to describe Rage to her, she would say that there was a dwarf that came through and just looked over everything briefly, but that was several days ago.
That makes him mad. Um. So, sorry, I totally lost train. Go ahead.
No one's speaking. We're all as stumped as you. Like, is she able to speak with the dead?
Let me
Is that a
check.
spell within her spell list?
I will take a look right now. It is not.
Yeah. Alistair is kind of stunned, to be honest.
Feels like we've hit we've created the Juggernaut created a dead end for us.
So Brayla had the right idea going through the paperwork and stuffing it all into her pockets. Why don't we do a group investigation check as you all search through the offices, the various rooms and drawers, shelves, all this various stuff around here. Let's go ahead and get a group investigation check. The number of group investigation checks I've ever done can be counted on one hand, and they've all been in this game.
Well, it's called Mysteries
I know,
for
right?
a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're searching through, and it's very clear to you all that a lot of this information is dummy information. Sorting through it all, it's hard to tell what is really leads, what is really true information, what's decoys that have been set aside. If y'all remember, when you first came through, you saw a lot of information, some of it pointing to the fact that Rage may be dead, and pointing towards Lord Vialis being the head of whatever organization is being worked for. You did find out that that information was false. So with an average on your group check of 13 and a half, you guys do find out some things. You find out, without the shadow of a doubt, that the Burnt Tongue cult was just a pawn of a much larger organization. You find out through the various books that they have on the shelves, some of the correspondence between higher ranking members, that the overarching goal of this group seems to be to return the world to a quote-unquote primordial state. That word comes up a lot. It seems to be their kind of calling card, a primordial paradise that they keep referring to. The 13.5, though. One more time?
Where everything's one.
That's fine. That's fine.
There's no individuality.
That interpretation is up to all of you. With the roll that you got, that is what you were able to learn.
Good to know.
So the two important things, the cult that you all just encountered was one arm of a much larger organization, maybe even so much as just a finger of that fist of that organization, and the primordial paradise that they keep referencing.
Does would Uskar have any knowledge or memory or any information he might inside know about this primordial place?
I think that lump of flesh was it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uskar, I don't think from information you've shared for me, this your brother's exactly what he was doing or working on was kind of relatively unknown to you. So I don't think you'd get any more insight into what he's working with. All you really knew is that he was working with dark magics, and something to do with that pulled him away from you and your family.
He's a dumbass.
Are we able to determine a name of this master organization or cult or whatever it is?
From what you all were able to determine, it's elusive. It seems to be many smaller organizations working around a central governing body. The false leads and all of those things make it difficult to determine which one of the many groups is actually the one that they're all reporting to.
So it's not the burnt tongue cult.
No, the burnt tongue cult was definitely just one of the
A front.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was an
a front,
arm.
an arm, like Uskar mentioned, just
Okay.
a fragment, an exterior piece of a larger whole.
Okay. Okay.
Ugh, I wonder if Severus Snape guy will know anything about it. Seems like he was investigating this before.
And didn't want us to.
Wonder if we can even get back into
he's the one that helped us do this.
Oh, okay.
It was our guest that didn't want us to investigate.
There you go.
So I wonder if they know anything. Like, we could just go back to Candlekeep or try to go back to Candlekeep.
Yeah, but they'll let us in.
So that thing we killed, did it just turn back into ooze?
No, it turned into rage for a bit.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
but
it
after that.
splattered into like a muck that burst out with a spore cloud that turned into rage.
Can we
Kind of like a holograph.
Can we bottle whatever it turned into after it died and have Candlekeep analyze it?
Absolutely.
Do not give it to Dennis.
Oh, no,
Dennis will
Dennis.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think we should have it analyzed, try to see if it was just a spell that did it, or if the muck has something to do with it.
Okay. Yeah, you can gather up a sample of it. Sorry, Hank, what was that?
He's
I'm just
marking
kinda-
down as custom item. He's trying to figure out how to get on his sheet.
Oh, spores and goop.
Just poison goop?
Poison goop.
Juggernaut goop.
From Juggernaut Monster in Greenris.
Rage goop?
Rage goop.
Like that.
You want Hulks? That's how you get Hulks.
No, that's gamma rays.
Whenever I hear
Oh,
the
right.
rage
Ninja Turtles.
in like relation to stuff like this, I always think of the rage virus from 28 Days and Weeks.
Okay, that is added. And okay.
All right.
Considering the fact my character seems to be the one who keeps all the weird stuff, I figure he'll just.
Uskar asked you very, very nicely, slightly disgruntled, but nicely.
Yeah, we got some.
All right. Go ahead.
And I'm presuming that we have also already kind of looked through the. I'm assuming we looked through the papers and also looked through to see what sort of items the cult had left behind.
Yeah, it all basically said that we don't know what's real, what's not.
Okay. Okay.
Very sneaky.
They're very thoroughly jerks.
Yeah, and it,
Check
Kill.
downstairs to make sure there's no more undead creatures or possible growing juggernauts or anything.
there's a second one. Yay.
Alistair, when you get downstairs with whoever is accompanying you, going through the area that this thing was being held and fed, you can see all these little myceliums leading off from the central mass, like we described earlier, kind of like little bits of slime mold moving their way to the alcoves where the bodies were being dropped. They have turned into this ashy material. Stepping in it leaves a very distinct footprint. It's very clearly dead. But at the center where this thing was, there's a sack. It's burst open. The thing obviously inside of it for however long it was gestating, and burst out. Most of it is still that weird ashy material, but it appears that there's like bits and remains of body parts in there. There's some satchels that are half digested, things of that nature. Looks like whoever they gave to this thing, they didn't bother to remove their belongings before dropping them down here.
Don't like that.
No.
Use my mage hand to go through some of that stuff and see if there's anything that has survived
Let's
that
get
is of interest.
3 D100s, please.
I will do it.
I'll toss one
Okay.
out.
86. Come on, another 80. 286s.
Well,
Nice.
Two
Let's
86s
re-roll one of those
already?
86s.
I got
Yep, the probability of that.
92.
1 in 100.
Yeah. A 1% chance.
So going through all of this, you're finding that there is no less than 24 distinct individuals that were lent to this form, between various skulls, differently designed and ornamented packs and satchels and whatnot. Spending some time to go through all of it, you do find quite a bit. There's a small fortune in gems and gold pieces and whatnot. It's clear that they've been at this for a while, and they got some pretty well-off people while they were waylaying people on the road and bringing them back here. People like Orifina and Vekin, who were well-equipped and well-prepared, but still no match for this group as they were. As you go through all of that stuff, you do find several magic items in addition to all of that wealth. So
yeah.
you can add in about 4,500 gold pieces worth of gems, coins, various different treasures of that nature. And finally, you do find 3 magic items mixed in with everything.
Oh boy. Presents.
Yeah, y'all learned it after that last fight for sure.
What we got?
Okay, so... one of them is a small gem. Catches your eye because it seems to have some sort of figure moving around inside of it. It's almost like there's another gem moving around inside of that gem.
Oh.
Interesting.
Adso?
Yeah, I'll identify it.
So something perhaps.
As soon as you touch
Hey.
it, Adso, the surface solidifies and several little crystalline forms begin protruding from it. And
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Earth elementals. Oh gosh.
Dang.
We're gonna give that to our wizard, I think.
Happy birthday, Adso.
Conjure elementals. Ooh, but that's
That is an earth
dangerous.
elemental thing.
yeah. See, wait, you're a Jinn, right? And you're a Jinn of the Earth,
Yeah.
or what?
Well,
Okay.
Never mind then.
my patron is.
Then you might need it. You might want to carry it instead.
Yo, he's gonna be your bitch now.
That's not your
I
favorite.
don't think it. Don't think it'd let me do that, but
You all rolled really high on those.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We got the good part of the.
let's see what else we got.
thing.
yeah,
You cannot eat my computer.
So
No.
that's quitter talk.
I just remembered about the Goristo belly button ring. I love it. I just saw it on their list, and I was just like, yes.
The next item that you're pulling out of this creature's incubation sac, whatever you want to call it,
Ew.
is
Ooh.
wonderful terminology. I know. Still slimy as you pull them out. But this next one looks like several strange figures stacked on top of each other. It looks almost to be Cholton in nature, that tribal style of art.
Nice.
Oh.
With healing, oh gosh.
I'm sorry, can you put it back up? I accidentally crossed out of it when I was trying to get rid of the...
Staff
Oh.
of healing.
That thing's
Oh.
amazing.
Wow.
Well, Cure Wounds, Lesser Resto, and Mass Care Cure Wounds.
Though
Charges refreshed at dawn.
Though I do believe it's gonna have to either be Uskar or Rigel who carries that one.
Because it has to be a cleric
Yep.
or a druid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uskar's most of the time up front hitting things, so it's probably going to be a Rigel thing.
And let's see what that 92 gets you all. Wow, very
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, Rigel you can take the Staff of Healing, my dude.
All right.
That's awesome.
That opens up a lot of spells for other stuff.
Exactly.
it's
You
great.
also are our pseudo facto healer.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor
Hey.
Rigel has to take care of everybody.
Who's gonna take care of the edgy boy?
Hey,
No.
leave Emo Boy alone.
I feel like Releve sent him letters. Dear Rigel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna say it. What the hell's
Old
going on with the head of
monster?
it?
That's a face with a
That is a
what's it called?
bondage chain.
Yep.
I would have been told otherwise.
Yep. Oh, sure is.
Ball gag.
And
monster
YouTube just censored us.
hold monster and hold person.
I don't know.
Oh.
The
It's
sack.
holding something.
I feel like
Rigel's
already
holding.
got censored.
Rigel's holding his new staff, and then he sees the wand of binding. Aw. Seems up his alley.
Where's the two? Well, we're technically all spellcasters, so
Yeah, I think everybody here's a spellcaster of some kind, right?
now
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Now, he said bitterly.
very bitterly. 'Cause I had no choice in this.
Ruthie, don't look at the screen.
I don't want to have to explain what this is, you.
She should ask.
Not
you,
till you're at
"Mommy,
least
what's-
13.
Mommy, what's bondage?
Alistair would say that the Stone of Controlling Earth Elementals, while seems to be in his purview, might actually be better in somebody else's hands. Since I'm often concentrating on other spells, and the need to concentrate on the elemental summoned through the stone would interfere with that.
Hey, you know-
Uskar gets hit too much to concentrate.
Yeah.
Nathaniel's
You
kind
can
of in
keep
the same
it and
boat.
just keep. Or, yeah, maybe someone who isn't concentrating a lot usually.
For
Sounds
both of
like a
those-
job for Brayla.
But see if the Earth Elemental, who's taking the bondage wand?
Also sounds like a job for Brayla. No, whoever.
I don't know why, but I
Oh,
feel
shit.
like the wand of binding would totally fit Brayla.
I'll take the kinky chain.
Kinky chain.
Take both
Yeah,
of them. I
I
don't
think
take
you
both
don't
of
have
them.
that many. These are your only magical items, right?
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me double check.
I think she got a couple of things when we last were. At
I
Candlekeep.
have some cool. I have a drift globe, and I have glove. No, I don't have gloves. I just have. I have not. I'm not attuned to anything.
Okay, yeah. So these will be your attunements then.
All right.
There
You
go,
get. I'm
take-
putting it down as bondage wand.
Can she wear the chain like Ghost Rider?
It is literally called the Wand of Binding, so it's not too far off of its actual name.
No. And I don't know why, but I just feel like Brayla has the secret, and this would fit her perfectly.
All paladins are kinky down. Down.
I did have one quick question. I missed the amount of on the
Gold?
gyms.
Right, we called it 4,500
Yeah.
GP worth of assorted gems, coinage, and other objects of value.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have it
45.
on the to liquidate column.
Okay.
In a bobber.
So
We rich. Not like there's anything to buy.
45.
Well, I have a bunch of spell scrolls that I need to scribe.
What was the elemental thing called again?
It is the
Stone of Controlling Earth Elementals.
Dome. Thank you.
Because you stopped adding all our magic items to the list.
Everything is in the group
House
items.
Yeah.
Oh, it's group
You
items.
all
I was
have
looking
a
at magic
huge
items.
Yeah.
library of magic
Yeah.
items right now.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong tab. My bad.
I'm gonna put down that Rigel's the one with the serpent scale armor because I know he has that.
All that's coming up for me is Stone of Controlling Earth Elementals. Does that sound?
That's what it is.
That's what it is,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I said Dome, and I was like, that's not coming up, guys.
Who has
you're
the
trying to-
lantern or revealing again?
I think no one can be invisible.
No, I don't know who's carrying it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Who's
then a
got
bag
it?
of holding.
Yeah.
Ustar's got the cloak of protection. Chime of opening. Where'd that come from?
That's
Same
place
place
the
that the
Lantern of
lantern
Revealing
did.
Yeah. It's from the serpent thing on the bobber.
Okay. Yeah, Ustar just has the cloak of protection and the ring of ram. I think that's all.
Oh, and then that's an anathema.
Anathema?
No, you gotta say the anathema.
Anathema.
And then an anemone.
An anemone.
Yeah, I think that has listed also who has which thing, with the exception of Chime of Opening and Lantern of Revealing.
Yeah, I think no one wanted them.
Nope.
Yeah, well, the Lantern of Revealing, somebody should be carrying it because, I mean, if we think we have something
I'll
invisible
carry it.
around, it's.
Don't you all have a bag of holding too? Like, there's no reason
Yeah.
not to just all these items available to you.
Just
Yeah,
shove
but
it
it's
in
nice
there.
to have it out and ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so. Back to Candlekeep and find out what's going on there?
Yeah. Or try to go back to Candlekeep. Or we might. Can we teleport back?
We don't know yet. We have to get back to.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll try.
We're gonna find out together.
Go back to Waterdeep and.
Do we want to go back to the inn and let that guy know we kind of handled the
Killed.
situation first?
Should we also talk with our knight friend who we found here to see if there's
Veckin.
any assistance he's gonna need in getting
he's
the
a
remains of his
dumbass.
love back to Well, it's also understandable though why he did what he did.
We are
Uh,
rowdy tonight.
he tried to take on a whole cult by himself.
Yes.
I don't know.
So did we.
No, he is one person. We are like 6.
With many different
But we
talents.
work as one.
Wow. You're so inspirational.
He's probably like a level 3. All right, let's head. Do we know? Oh, that's the thing. Do we know? Is the bodies of Sarah and the family or somewhere?
Remember, Veckin
Sarah's
got
been
Sarah's
dead.
He already
body.
got them.
Yeah, he already got Sarah's body and the other servants' bodies. He got them out from Vialis before
There
he
you go.
left. The bodies of Lord Yellowcrest's wife and his children, unfortunately, are nowhere to be found.
Yep, well, we can't lay him to rest with his family. Let's burn his body.
Do we want to like preserve the body and carry it around in case someone can speak with dead?
Just shove his
Oh,
body
I think
into
we
the
just
bag
need
of
the
holding or
head.
something.
I think we just need the head, right?
Uskar ears perk up. Ooh, taking someone's head off? I got you.
Well,
Yeah, it could be worth taking the
Definitely
head.
worth saving. We'll put it in the genie bottle.
Think it up.
Alistair goes in and all we hear is, Oops.
All right, so Uskar's gonna enjoy this, but he's gonna take off Lord Yellowcrest's dome.
Okay.
This is a healthy way to get your anger out. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
That was the sound of the head coming off.
Okay. So to the inn, or do we want to check out Yellowcrest's house first?
Yeah, we
Oh,
should
that'd be
probably
a good
check out
idea.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was
Or-
good.
Look for
Maybe
clues
maybe
to
we
his
should go to
house.
the inn and have a rest.
We got a rest
Okay.
with the level.
Already
We got a
did.
free rest with the level up.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
That I hadn't
Shiny
done.
and new.
We got a video game level up.
Awesome.
Level up. Level up.
Just
Level up.
blocking
Level up.
what
Level up.
happened.
Yeah.
Big giant cluster above our heads.
So I think we should go to Yellowcrest's house.
Yes. Let's touch all his stuff.
Okay. So, as you all return to town, the atmosphere is unfortunately somber as the other villagers are making their way back into town, sharing with them all the fact that a lot of the villagers that were thought to just be helping Lord Vialis there are in fact dead. So yeah, it is a somber atmosphere when you all get back to Greenest. A light rains begin to fall. Gray clouds make the place look a lot more dulled in tone than when you first arrived. So yeah, you all know where Lord Vialis's quote-unquote home was. As you were searching through the temple, it was clear that he'd been living in the office that he was using for quite some time. But going through the house, why don't we go ahead and get another group investigation check, and we'll see if we can figure out anything else.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully I do better this time.
Nice, Uskar. Oh, Adso!
Hey, Nathaniel, look at us.
Okay.
Sorry.
Smart.
Rigel just fucking up the curve.
Did not study for this quiz.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you're
Average of 17. You all are able to figure out a bit more. Lord Vialis's private home is filled floor to ceiling with various volumes and books and scrolls and various things, and they all seem to cover the same few topics of research. They are almost entirely, exclusively concerning plagues and diseases.
Ooh,
Okay.
not fun.
Any specific plague or disease, or just
Magical, non-magical,
We should probably collect
extraplanar.
some of these.
Okay.
Bring some of
We're
these books
taking
back
all the
for
books.
Candlekeep. Many as we
All
can
the
carry.
books. I can carry them all.
Taking all of them.
I can carry them all.
He's
Wonderful.
like, he's gonna shove them all in his genie bottle. He can't fit it no more.
We're just west of Canada.
We're just gonna get back to Candlekeep, and he's just gonna start dumping his bottle out, and books are just gonna come falling out.
For like 10 solid minutes, just turning it over.
Books.
Let's see.
Hey,
Yeah.
go to sleep.
Don't
No.
tell me what to do.
Go sleep. Go sleep.
I
All right,
have
everyone.
25,000
Any-
square feet of
Anything else
storage.
besides books
Nice.
of
Yeah.
Pop
Any
the
more
plague.
crazy teleportation circles or weird things? Summoning circles? Blood?
Hey,
parchments?
is there any sign of the tongues?
What do they do with all the tongues?
I mean,
well, you all do remember the piles of ashes you were finding in the basement area, right? Or I think
Oh,
only one of you
yeah.
came across that while you first went when you first
okay.
went down.
They call them the
So-
burning tongues.
so there's no way to like give Sarah that back.
Well,
Unfortunately,
she's
not.
not.
close.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
but yeah, with your combined 17, you did get a little bit more information, but that was it.
Boochie boochie.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that in a decade.
What?
It's from Jay and Silent Bob. Snoochie boochies.
Snoochie boochie.
Oh, why are you bringing that back into my lexicon? It's been thoroughly gone for a long time. I grew up, man. You just like regressed me 10 years.
You're welcome. Make me feel younger.
He just like found something deep inside your psyche.
Now I've got to watch Clerks unironically. I've got to go back and see Mallrats again. Like,
Ironically.
I'm okay with that. I said it to one of my coworkers, and she was like, "I disown you." I'm like, I'm okay with that. All right. So his house didn't have much. So to the inn to give an update, get some drinks, and go
Yeah.
to bed.
so it takes you all about a day and a half to get back to Waterdeep. Yeah, the city, as much as you left it, all of these developments that you had experienced back in Greenest, completely irrelevant here. All of the things that you've seen and done barely even register on this city, at least for now.
Just
Yeah.
a side note in everyone's life. Any news
I'm,
on Candlekeep?
Go ahead and
Still
make
in
an
lockdown?
investigation charisma check. Anyone that wants to
Oh,
go
God.
asking around.
Not me.
Not Uskar.
I will.
All
And
right.
using various
Good job,
wow.
Rayla. You go up to someone
What do you
that
know about Candlekeep?
very clearly does not speak common, and you have apparently insulted them in their native tongue, and they look very angry as they walk away from you.
so that would be a 24 on my investigation check.
Fantastic. Alistair, seeing this, approaches the person who Brayla has just thoroughly offended, explains the situation in their own native tongue, of course, and explains the situation, lays everything out, and they're able to tell you that Candlekeep has gone off of lockdown not long ago. They just began hearing word about this maybe less than 12 hours ago, that the Fortress Library had come under some sort of attack. That they had locked it down, as is protocol whenever a overarching threat occurs in the library. But as far as she knows, there's no continuing threat, and the lockdown has lifted.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So not too bad.
Are we head straight back, or do we have any more business in Waterdeep?
Well, do we know if the Do we know if the soul of the
Of Sarah?
know if Sarah's soul was actually laid to rest by our actions here yet or not?
Maybe the
Open
book
the
will
book.
know? Yeah?
Ushgar pulls the book out, opens it up.
Sarah does not appear.
He shakes the book a little bit.
Well, Sarah hasn't appeared since we first opened up the book.
Says
Right.
her name a few times.
Oh, you know, say her name like 3 times, turning around in a circle.
Look in a mirror.
Yeah, look in a mirror.
Talk to the assassin in the mirror.
Ah,
Alright.
nice.
Well, if we didn't do something, I'm sure she'll come tell us.
Yeah. So I think.
So was
what time
Sarah
of day is it?
buried here in Waterdeep?
She was buried in
The city, right?
yeah,
City of
the
the
City of
Dead.
the Dead. Yep, City of the Dead.
Would we be able to find her grave?
City of
I
Dead isn't
don't
a place
think
people
we go into the city, yeah.
Well,
You-
during daylight, not at night.
Even during the daytime, you would still have to technically sneak into the City of the Dead. It's a very strictly regulated who goes in and out.
Nobody like goes and lays flowers on anyone's grave.
Unfortunately, not. So the City of the Dead is a walled fortress, and it's not to keep people out; it is to keep things in. Going in and out isn't something that one does without some careful planning.
Okay.
One does not
Okay.
simply walk into the city.
No. This is all stuff that I would know. So.
Right.
Okay. In that case, daylight's wasting.
Can we? Ushgar would like to purchase with some of that pile of gold we got some healing potions.
Okay. Yeah, you can get healing potions here at Waterdeep for their standard, for their SRP. You have your sane magic prices PDF. You can reference that and get your healing
Can
potions.
we
if
get
you
them for cheaper at Candlekeep?
Probably.
All right, then.
Yeah, we just requisitioned them in Candlekeep. They just give it to us, right?
Yeah, because Uskar could use some greater healing potions.
Yeah, wait until Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they had a limit on how many they would just give to you. I think it was like a handful of general healing potions, the regular ones, and then like 2, I think it was, of the greater. They're willing to just give to you when you need them.
Well, we'll buy some.
We also have a healing staff now.
And assuming we haven't pissed off Clattergast enough that he cuts us off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can we
And
just say,
remember we
you
did
didn't
talk
get
about
the
this a little bit
message.
last time, but Flattergast's role in the library was a bit overestimated by everybody a bit before. There
Yeah, we
are
got
Knock
to
on the
that.
door.
right. Okay, just making sure that was
Yeah, but that-
established.
So the
Yeah, that was
story
established.
is when we
He
go
also
in
told us
that,
to come home, and we didn't. So.
Indeed, yeah.
well, we could say we didn't get the message. It must have gone to some
Oh,
other
I
adventure.
think
was
he
valid.
knows.
He knows we got it.
What time of day is it?
Probably mid-afternoon.
So, if no one has any other business, teleportation circle.
Yep.
Yes, let's do it.
Unless we want to go the yawning portal again.
I mean, I can always randomly generate a monster to jump out of there for you all if you ever get bored.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Eventually, it's just gonna be Tiamat. Like, rolling
Rolling out.
10 D100s. Tiamat shows up on a quadruple 1. All right.
Wow.
Plot twist: she's tiny sized.
That
Has the same number of hit points.
would actually be kind of scary. She's like got mosquito AC because she's so damn small. It's hard to hit her. Okay. So heading
Not
through
3.5
Candlekeep.
anymore.
So heading through Waterdeep to back to your teleportation circle. You arrive back at that hall that it rests inside of, and the regular guard that you're used to seeing is back. It does seem to be more vigilant. There's about 4 more guards there than you're used to seeing. Not necessarily doubled in defenses, but they are definitely on high alert. They see you all, and by now, enough of them certainly recognize you that they immediately part for you. There's no
Surface thoughts.
Yeah.
Are they thinking about why they're
Okay.
extra vigilant or anything like that?
So, yes, a couple of them, you can get the idea that they were on watch when whatever happened. Um, you get a lot of shame, like they were incapacitated somehow. Their surface thoughts lead you to believe that they hold themselves responsible for what happened. They're standing more straight, keeping a much more sharp eye on people. They seem suspicious of just about everyone. There's even a little bit of suspicion of you all as you
Us?
pass through.
Whoa.
Ooh.
But yeah, a couple of them that feel more responsible or hyper vigilant. The rest of them are wary. They do let you pass. They're not going to try to stop you. They recognize you all, and they know fully that that you are permitted to travel to Candlekeep as you please.
Scar's gonna notice one of the guys that seems overly vigilant and go to slap him on the shoulder, but because he's short, he misses and smacks his ass. You're
Thank
doing
you,
a good
sir.
job.
That was oddly specific.
So he says, "We do our best, sir. I wish we could have done better."
Do you
It's
know what
always next
attacked Candlekeep?
Yeah, what?
They're not really telling us much, but from the fact that we weren't technically reprimanded, whatever happened, I don't think anyone expected us to be able to stand up to it. They say that they found us over 100 yards from where we were, just staring at a wall.
Mm.
Was it a pretty wall?
No, sir.
Mm. Well, you'll get it next time. Good job. And then he goes to smack his shoulder again. The guy moves so he doesn't get smacked in the ass. The Candlekeep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? Hope
Go.
Braid has more info.
Dennis
You're all right,
will
baby.
spill the beans.
Or grow monster-sized beans that try to eat us.
It was Dennis all along.
It was Agatha all along.
Yeah, no. Dennis probably had another like weird experiment that went wrong.
Yeah.
He gave all the guards a Jeffrey.
Oh no! What is with you all and bringing up these freaking locked away memories? Just
I'm
stroke
so
the
lost
fuzzy
here.
wall,
Well, they were found in front of a wall.
Pop culture references is our thing.
right? My yeah, we had a bit of a party house for a while, and we actually had a fuzzy wall. Because we
no.
saw that movie, and then it was like yes, and literally went out and bought carpeting and put it on the wall.
Ravers. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
I'm a little
Wow.
jealous. I never got to put a carpet wall.
All
I
right.
will
So
just go to sleep.
when you all get back to Candlekeep, the guard inside of the city, inside of the fortress, has most certainly doubled. You see the people here are armed and armored, and as soon as you all appear, the teleportation ends and you suddenly appear back in Candlekeep. Every single guard takes a step back and levies a weapon at the teleportation circle. As soon as they notice that it's you all, they immediately, in lockstep with one another, raise their weapons back up into a passive position, turn their backs towards you, and take a step back.
Damn right.
They
Just
are,
us, guys.
as you all enter through, one of the guards doesn't hold any visible show of rank, but he steps forward and turns towards you, and he says, "Welcome back, everyone." He
Thank you.
Good to be
gives
back?
you
Question mark.
he gives you a nod. He says, "We are glad that you made it back. Not all of our expeditions were so lucky. The Keeper is waiting for you in the Grand Hall." He
Which
gestures.
one?
The Fastidious
which-
Five.
He says the keeper, as in the keeper of tomes.
Oh,
Oh,
So-
I thought you said a keeper. He said the keeper.
The keeper.
Gotcha.
ooh, okay.
Any word from the fastidious five?
Says he's walking alongside you all. He's escorting you out and into the grand hall. Says they ran into some trouble in the star mounts. Some sort of creature seemed to have been hunting them, as if it would tracked them over many miles. We're not sure of the details yet. They're still in the star mounts, but they say that they're lucky to have escaped with their lives.
Farm mounts are like all the way over other side of Cormier, right?
North of the High Moor, just south of the Evermoors. It's in the middle of the High Forest. Here,
okay.
I'll ping it for you. The star
Yeah,
mounts
I
are
see
this.
it. I see it.
big.
Yeah, okay, I remember it now.
But you all are back at Candlekeep.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
To the high hall we go.
So they lead you through the vaulted ceilings, these areas, and standing in the middle of a large open hall, pillars on either side, is two figures that you recognize, and another that those of you that have spent a great deal of time in Candlekeep would recognize mostly from paintings that are along the walls, busts, statues, things like that. In this hall is Great Reader London Flattergast, standing with Kravis Undwilm, and they are accompanied by, looks like a woman in maybe her late 30s, tall, powerfully built, but slender, more wiry, and wearing garb that shows her to be from the far southern regions of Faerun. And those of you that are familiar with the place would recognize her immediately as the Keeper of Tomes, the highest ranking avowed here in Candlekeep. Her name is simply Janusi. Lots of people know that that's not her real name, but it is the name that she's chosen and the name that she goes by here in Candlekeep. Keeper Janusi turns towards you all as you approach. You're still far too distant for her to have heard your steps or to have been traditionally made aware of your presence, but she somehow seemed to know that you are all approaching. And she holds up a finger to a visibly arguing Kravis and Flattergast in front of you, and she turns and she gestures out towards all of you, and she says, "Welcome home, everyone. I'm glad to see you have all returned safely."
It was touch or go there for a moment.
She says, yes,
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay. She says, yes, I was afraid that your group had also been victim to some unpleasantries.
Was that the reason that we were told to come back immediately?
She kind of furrows her brow and says, I authorized no recall.
Oh, okay.
This is Keeper Janusi, by the way.
Work.
Flattergast, as you say that, he crosses his arms in front of his chest and just gets this very angry look on his face.
I'm trying to determine, like, if he seems angry, embarrassed, and if he's angry at who.
Make an insight check. He seems pretty angry, and it is very much directed at the six of you.
Okay.
Okay.
You can sense that also you can sense that he was just arguing with Kravis, and Kravis at that point would step forward and he says, "Much has happened while you all were away. I'm afraid there has been a murder."
Oh.
It was Dennis, wasn't it?
Cool. Don't say it's fake.
Oh no.
Nichols.
No, no.
If Sprig has
Ooh,
been murdered, I will hunt
okay.
the killer to the ends of the earth.
Who is it? Which of the lovable NPCs that we has dead?
We're Snape.
It's Snape, yeah.
Well, no, he's right in front of us.
Gravis is.
Kravis is the one speaking to you right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot his real name.
Blattergast kind of roughs out and says, "One of our great readers has unfortunately been assassinated." And Janusi says, "Great reader Denisario Amberhill
Oh, okay.
is unfortunately dead. You all
Ooh.
knew him as
Dennis.
Dennis."
Yeah.
Oh,
Bitch.
Oh.
he's dead.
That,
Says-
that dummy was a reader. Are you kidding me?
He was, in fact, expertise in
What a
nature
twist.
and natural phenomena.
He was an expert?
Um,
Dig him up. I want to have a word.
Kravis would then
wait. He was an expert in natural phenomenon, in plants and nature. We just had to deal with a cult that was really possibly under the control of some other organization that is trying to return the world to a primordial state.
Blattergast would speak up and say, "And you think that we're not already aware of this?"
Okay.
I'm glad you
Noted.
are.
Okay, so when you say Dennis was assassinated, is there a body?
Yes, but unfortunately any efforts to contact him have gone unsuccessful. At this point, Kravis would pipe in and he says, "It appears that his soul was either destroyed or taken, locked, possibly trapped somewhere. We are unable to contact him."
Okay.
Is there a book nearby? Every time somebody's disappeared while I've been here, there's been a book nearby and they went in it.
Says, "Well, not
they ha-
not by the traditional sense. You see, Dennis was taking research of his below to be recorded and secured in our vaults. He said that he had stumbled across something too dangerous to be allowed outside of the library.
More
That was the
dangerous
last
than-
time anyone was speaking.
As
Had
opposed to the
spoken
other
to.
dangerous stuff he did that caused oozes and shambling mountains to try to eat us. Okay, yeah, good. So he was taking that below, you said.
She nods.
And-
Speaker Janusi, Keeper Janusi nods. And she would say, "Yes."
Has there been any effort to recall what that was? Or go back there?
It seems to be research with the granting of sentience to plant life. His research was jumbled, it was strange, and parts of it were unfortunately destroyed in the attempts to extricate it. You see, he'd gone below into the restricted sections beneath Exaltation to store these experiments when he was attacked and killed. Those that got there were unfortunately too late to save him, but they did stop some sort of shadowy being from escaping with his research. It was attempting to create a breach between the planes, a breach in which it could go with Dennis's research, but it was stopped and destroyed before it was successful. The research was quite badly damaged in the assault, though.
Do we have any, description of the shadowy being? Was it short? Was it tall? Was it...
Did it have a face?
Does anybody
Kravis
have
would step
men?
forward and say, "Formless," and Janusi would gesture towards Kravis and say, it's Kravis here that noticed the broken wards on the restricted areas, led a small team of Avowed into the catacombs and was able to stop this creature himself. Flattergast would kind of harump him like, convenient, very convenient. Kravis would give him kind of a sideways glance.
Oh, okay. We got a story there.
And Kravis would say, it was formless, taking on various different shapes and apparitions, seeming to be able to read into our psyches and present itself as shadowy figures of our fears, presented as a massive serpent to myself and others, various different types, forms that it would take.
Curious.
Okay. And is there any way we could help with this investigation? I'm assuming that's why we're here, right?
At this point, Flattergast would say, no, we have it very much under control. Why don't you get back to your... And at this point, Janusi would hold up a hand and Flattergast would immediately silence and kind of take a step back.
Uh-huh.
And Janusi turns towards him and she says, this is actually a bit of an opportunity, isn't it? Flattergast, you and our newest great reader, she gestures towards Kravis. You and our newest great reader will travel far to the east in search of Zikram.
I know what that
Flattergast
is.
would kind of harumph and say, but I was to go there alone. Kravis was to go below and check on LaRue. She says, well, now we have a quite capable group here that is more than able to handle going below to check on LaRue. The two of you will go in search of Zikram. Find him. Find out what, if anything, he had to do with the break-in. See if he is hurt, if he didn't have anything to do with this, and then report back to me as soon as you find out what happened to him. And Flattergast... Zikram, yes. Flattergast would begin to protest, and again, Janusi would hold up her hand, say, this is not up for discussion, Flattergast. You and Undwilm will travel together to Zikram's laboratory and check on him. Flattergast would turn, his robes kind of swooshing through the air as he makes an angry turn and starts walking away towards the teleportation circle.
Wow.
What is LaRue, if I may ask?
Janusi gives a nod, and Kravis looks towards you all and gives you a knowing little nod before he turns to follow Flattergast. At that point, Janusi would gesture for all of you to follow her and would start walking towards where you all know the restricted areas to be. And as she's walking, she would say, my knowledge of LaRue is only cursory, but she gestures off to the side and another great reader comes out from nearby one of the pillars, begins walking towards you all, and says, my knowledge is cursory, but great reader Alai here. He will be able to inform you of more of the details of LaRue's involvement here. So, Alai is the Master Sage, primary expertise in divinity. He's a short human, probably in his mid-60s, and he's a little bit skittish. He says, oh, yes, madam. Yes, Madam Keeper. You see, and he turns and he starts walking backwards, kind of doing the lecturer thing, you know, like doing like a college tour type thing where he's walking backwards, using his hands a lot to, like he's teaching a class. And he says, you see, the wards on the Emerald Door and the wards that protect the restricted areas, they were both created with the assistance of two rather powerful beings. There is the Water Genasi Zikram, a very powerful mage in the abjuration specialty. You see, he is absolutely wonderful with building arcane locks and spells of protection and whatnot. His assistance with the assistance of the unicorn LaRue.
Oh.
His magics and her divinity granted to the locks to provide a magical seal. These locks were broken, which would indicate one of two things. They must have had some information from Zikrim, whether or not they have stolen the information from him or Zikrim himself was assisting the intruders in some way is unknown. But the other and more concerning, far more concerning, is the divinity of LaRue empowers these wards and seals. If they were broken, that signifies that LaRue may be in danger.
Gosh.
You're stating the divinity of LaRue. What? This could just be out of character knowledge that I just do not personally have. 'Cause the character may know, but I may not. What is LaRue the goddess of?
All I heard was unicorn, and I'm so here for it.
I think it's a very powerful unicorn that has divine magics.
I mean, unicorns are celestials, right?
They are in fact celestials, yes.
Summon steed, summon steed.
So,
If you get a unicorn, that would be bonkers.
so Speaker Alive, as you're asking all these questions, he does go on again in his very teacherly kind of way. He says that Mayaliki and Selune came together to grant LaRue her divinity. She is the chosen of Selune and the daughter of Mayaliki. We keep her here to both protect her, and in exchange, she grants her divinity to the wards and seals of Candlekeep. She's preserved eternally within the story of her creation. She is rather deep within the catacombs in one of the vaults that deals directly with divinity and the transference of planes. She's preserved eternally within the story of her creation as a way to maintain her divinity and help us protect the castle.
So she's
are
in a
we going-
book.
Yep.
Are we going to have to enter into her story to check up on her, I assume?
Janusi would say, "Thank you, Eli, that will do for now." And he gives a bowing nod as he backs away from Janusi. And she would say, first off, determine what, if anything, has happened to LaRue. If she's in danger, we must protect her. It is part of our agreement with Selune and Mayaliki that she is not to have any harm befall her, and well, we would very much prefer not to be on the bad side of gods. So, check on her. If anything is wrong, then the way into her story is pretty straightforward. You simply need to read from her book and follow the instructions therein. She exists within a demiplane that is held within the lore of LaRue. Enter into the demiplane if you must. Find out what it may have befallen her. Help her if you can.
Yeah, where can we find this book?
She
In the
gives you
restricted
all...
section.
What's that?
In the
right.
restricted section.
So she gives you all directions leading downward. Adso, you would be distinctly aware that you all don't have authorization to enter into this area.
Oh.
And
Well, now we do, I guess.
she would be looking around and she says, there is one last matter we need to attend to. As, unfortunately, a position had become available within the Great Readers, Kravis was offered the position. He is now a Great Reader with proficiency and expertise in abjuration magic and potion making. That does, however, leave a position of Master Reader open.
Oh. And who is what's that going to?
Adso, she pulls out a sash and hands it to you.
Yes!
Oh!
She gives a nod and says, "Congratulations, Master Reader. I do wish that it was under more pleasant circumstances that we were able to elevate you,
Yes.
but
I'm sorry Dennis had to die for me to get this sash. But
we do have
I
faith
will
in you."
accept this heartily. I'm just speechless. Yeah, we'll do our best to make sure that this LaRue is taken care of and not in danger in any kind, and that the seals will be back to normal.
just point me to the unicorn.
Um,
So this is super exciting. I'm really proud of you. Good job, Kitty. She's gonna do like the lift hug for Adson.
Aw, yes.
40,
we are rather low on
I'm
expendables.
emotional right now.
44 damage from her squeezing him.
Okay, so she says that of course time is of the essence, but she realizes that she will have been on quite the journey. So you may rest, resupply as needed. Unfortunately, time inside of Lore of LaRue does go very, very slowly. So
Who's
however
gonna
long it
ask
takes
this lady
you.
very brashly for like a heaping pile of greater healing potions.
She kind of raises her eyebrows at you. Takes a moment, giving you just the stare for a minute, Uskar, and then
He
says,
just kind of looks back at her unfazed.
That's our Huskar.
after a brief moment, tiniest hint of a smile touches the corner of her mouth, and she says, "I'll arrange it with the outfitters." She looks towards the rest of you. Well, good luck. I'm sure you'll do us very proud.
Oh, we will. Oh my god. LaRue, you are gonna be so protected.
She shouts over her shoulder. She shouts over her shoulder as she walks away. And careful for Miriam. He's quite agitated for some reason. Continues walking.
That
Who's Miriam?
Adso and Rigel can make history checks.
I feel like this is gonna be like a fluffy
Ooh.
situation.
oh gosh.
Good job, Rigel.
Try
I'm
dress,
gonna
no
use
clue.
a sesh.
You're gonna use a sessional?
Investigator.
Yeah.
Okay. Adso, you would have heard a myth. It is a boogeyman / folklore tale that gets drifted around Candlekeep.
Oh gosh.
Told between the avowed and other people. A lot of times it's used as a boogeyman story for staying out of the restricted section. But with a 28 Adso, you would actually probably be one of the people that tells the story of Miriam, the Sentinel Worm.
Ooh.
This story tells of a silver dragon by the name of Miriam, who broke into Candlekeep some 1,500 years ago, intent on adding the riches of Candlekeep to her hoard. She devoured scholars, destroyed a score of irreplaceable books before she was confronted by several of the master sages and archmages of the castle and bound into service to protect Candlekeep as penance for her misdeeds. The wizards and sages that bound her passed away before Miriam's sentence had been served, and other spellcasters were unable to break the enchantments that bound her here. So, time passed, and so did Miriam, whose corpse has long since crumbled into dust. Unfortunately for Miriam, the enchantment remains in effect on her spirit. The legend says that her spectral dragon self, or what's left of her, dwells in the catacombs and caves under the library, stalking any who dare to encroach on her hoard.
Okay.
She's a bookworm.
W-Y-R.
Bugworm.
That's
It hurts.
the class that I play in Final Fantasy. They have an armor set called the Bookworm set.
Nice.
Yeah, just spelled that like the bookworm, dragon worm.
All right, everyone. So you can go about your business in Candlekeep. Do your outfitting. Rest if you need to. Get Uskar, as you arrive at the outfitters and clothiers, you will see a small gift basket. It looks like it's arranged in like a floral arrangement, kind of like the edible arrangements type thing. And there are 4 standard healing potions and 4 greater healing potions arrayed in a nice little bouquet for you.
Nice.
Okay.
Are there any perks with being a master reader now?
Yes, actually, Ad. So you have unrestricted access to every section within Exaltation. You no longer have to get permission to go anywhere in the
Nice.
castle. The only places that you have to get express permission from are the Great Reader's private collections.
Okay.
Everywhere else is open to you. Whether or not you know how to get to everywhere is unknown, but
Okay.
you do have unrestricted access to the library now.
Well, I guess I'll just try and memorize where things are now.
Also, Adso, any avowed, they technically have to follow your orders now as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so power.
we all
Greg,
about-
bring us cookies.
Sprig, I need another bag of cookies.
I still have a potion of giant strength.
So yeah, technically a master reader is an overseer, oversees the scholars and scribes in day-to-day activities. That's would technically be your job if you were a traditional master reader. You have not been assigned anything of that though, because since you are part of an adventuring party, it's not like you're gonna have to teach on Tuesdays or something.
Yeah, so I don't have to do a little like rotation. Look over people's dissertations and
Right.
I need to step away for a couple of minutes.
okay.
Brayla would like to requisition a longbow if possible.
Absolutely.
How
Yeah.
much time do we have?
Well, she did say to not spend too long, but that time does move very slowly in LaRue's book, so you have some time.
Okay.
Would it just be a regular longbow or would it be like a
So
just longbow?
I would think that to get a magical longbow, Brayla, you would probably have to pay for that. Unless you traded one of your other weapons for it.
This lovely javelin.
Is it a +1 javelin?
Is it just a javelin, but I'm willing to throw in my chainmail and my old warhammer?
Are any of these magical items?
No, you're not getting my +1 warhammer.
Okay. So in that case,
Wait. I've got an idea. If no one is using, we have like a long sword that is anybody use Serpent's Fang? Does anyone use that?
Nathaniel is.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
Nathaniel
using
is.
it. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But we have a time of opening.
Hey, Nathaniel, give me your damn sword.
I kind of want the
No!
charm of opening if no one's using
Okay, never mind.
All right, regular longbow.
Take
Got
it.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'm taking
So
it.
Brayla, if you wanted to purchase a +1 longbow, it would be 500.
I think I have that. Hold on, let me double check.
Uskar does not. Uskar wants +1 hand axes though.
I actually can help you with that. That's what I was going to ask you about. If you want one, just give Nathaniel just a tiny little bit of time. Because
For
what
what?
I'm going to do is use one of my get rid of the elven kind thing and toss you a returning weapon +1 hand axe.
Hell yeah.
Immediately after you make a ranged attack, it returns to your hand.
Ooh, it's a thorax. Ah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Uskar's to be chucking axes all the time.
Alright, that pretty much wipes me out, but I am willing to do it for a +1 longbow.
Okay.
Thank you.
We do also have 4,500 of group loot that it could be purchased from too.
Our
That's
mage
loot,
needs
though,
to,
not me.
our mage also needs to scribe some shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I did some counts, and it's gonna take 40 hours to do Cone of Cold.
I'm gonna add
So
my
we
+1
don't
hand axe.
know if we have that much time.
Well,
Can't roll yet anyway, can you?
It's like he's trying to speak to us, I know it.
He's far away. I can hear him.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I mean, you can't cast Cone of Cold yet anyway, can you?
Is it?
It's 5th level.
It's a 5th level? Oh, yeah. So I
You guys
can't
don't
do it.
have 5th level spell stuff?
No, we just
No.
got more 4th level spells. My
Oh.
bad.
You got more
Yeah.
4th level spells?
I've got 5th level stuff.
Huh?
It's my stuff. It's my fancy things. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's my kinky chain and my
Kinky chain. Okay, let me find another spell that is more.
Okay, so I picture her wearing it like Ghost Rider does, like slung across her chest. But
Anyone
the
want to learn how to
creepy,
fly?
The creepy skull part is like at
No.
her shoulder, looking.
I know how to fly.
Okay.
Scar's getting rid of his backup battle axe, just so, unless someone wants a shitty battle axe.
Hand it to your paladin.
Take a battle axe.
Cool.
Oh.
Cause she'll just, use it whenever.
Because he has the +1, he had a regular one that he's not going to use anymore.
I'll take
Just
the regular
lightening
one.
my load.
Battle axe.
Don't you have a +1 hammer?
I do. I've got lots of stuff.
I think it's gonna take 30 hours to do a 4th level spell. So Ice Storm. Yeah.
Do we have that much time before we need to go check on the room?
24 hours to learn Fly.
That's up to you all.
How long does it take to require attunement or to achieve attunement?
An hour.
1 hour.
Rest.
Oh, that's enough. Well, up to you guys. Fly's a pretty great spell. That could be.
Well, let's wait 24 hours while I scribe it.
Mhm.
So you're all gonna wait 24 hours, okay? So
Yeah, I don't think we should. I think we need to. They seem like we needed to go check on the room immediately.
Yeah, the
Okay.
way Sean
So
said
we
that
could-
implied we should
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So I'll put in 8 hours into it, and then I'll just mark it down for later.
Yeah.
While he's doing
so
that,
you're gonna put 8 hours into it?
I think we should just. What time of day
No.
is it?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Are we taking like a? Are we taking
I think
a
we
you all
should
can
get
take his
healing
obvious-
potions
yes.
and stuff and
And
go do this. That the Keeper of Tomes wants us to do.
Okay, so we're not gonna rest. Okay, we're just gonna
No.
go straight
Okay,
into
so
it.
Yeah.
You're going immediately then.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
I know.
Real quick, Uskar took 2 of the greater healing potions. Whatever anyone else needs, take. He just wanted 2 of them.
I'll take a regular one.
Take
You're a
regular-
frontliner though.
I'd snag a greater if I were you. Even though you do have your lay on hands, you can heal yourself. That way, you just have
Greater?
Greater 44 + 4. I think Hank and Brayla both have a greater, and then our other guys get some of the regular ones just in case.
probably because Rigel does tend to do a little bit more distance combat, and
He's a healer.
I already have 2
Oh, okay.
regulars, and I've got the new Staff of Healing. So
So give Adso and Alistair each get 2 regular potions.
I already
Okay.
have 1 in my pack.
Same here, but having 3 is
Okay.
good.
More.
So okay, we have 3.
Yeah,
Stop making it difficult.
and I do have the spell Cure Wounds. It's just I haven't thrown it out too awful much, just because, well, my character is only a half caster, so there's a number of spell slots there.
Uskar has it too, but he just doesn't use it.
Yeah. Still, 44 is a little bit better than 1d8 plus 4.
Mine would be 1d8 plus 1.
Yeah, that healing potion's a heck of a lot better for you.
Yeah.
Like, I could have had it where it was 1d8 plus 5, but
I have to step away again.
Okay, we're gonna be taking our
alright.
break pretty soon here.
yeah. As often as I was dying last session, I decided to snag the tough feet.
Makes sense.
That way they at least have to hit me one more time before I go down.
Uskar had to take resilience so he could become a druid. I think it's resilient. Yeah.
Grayla is an athlete.
What kind of armor is Uskar wearing?
Wooden plate mail.
Can you get ironwood? Would that help?
No metal. He can have a metal weapon, but his armor cannot and shield cannot be made of metal.
Ironwood.
So,
Whoosh.
oh, yeah, thanks. Whatever. It's plate armor, just not made out of metal. I have it titled in my thing as non-metal plate armor.
What
Like,
was
it
the
could
name of the
also
dragon
theoretically
again?
be crystal or stone.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's crystal,
Mineral.
so he's like prismatic. Oh,
Oh God, no.
Uskar just gets prettier and prettier in my head.
As you see him flicking flowers out of his hair and his beard.
But like, okay, so yeah,
Damn
he's
it.
flicking them out, but it's like the Prince Charming like hair wave. Like head
God.
toss.
You realize he's a dwarf. There's no pretty about him.
I'm just
Some
saying,
sort of like cottagecore prettiness.
Yeah, I don't know. I
the
mean,
more you keep him away from it, the more
the
I'm
new
gonna
the new
get
Hobbit
here.
movies beg to differ with you on pretty
Oh, yeah,
dwarves.
those are some pretty dwarves.
I'm dying. This is fantastic.
Oh my God. All right, so
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Like, so I'm now just imagining like Philly and Killy just like with flowers.
And more cursing.
a lot more cursing, drinking, and smoking.
All right, everybody. So, is there anything else that you would like to do before heading below?
Uskar's gonna run to the hearth to restock his cigars as we head below.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I should probably buy some more arrows. Probably low.
Just check
I
every
don't
second.
know if
Okay.
cameras are a thing in this world, but she wants a picture of this damn unicorn.
Well, we'll probably get to like, hang out
Uskar
with the
said-
unicorn for a while.
Uskar is an investigator, so he probably could draw a pretty good one for you.
But no one would believe her that she hung out with the unicorn.
I can use my magical tinkering to like put an image of it on a sheet of paper for you. Or
There you
something.
go.
There you
Stamp
go.
it, stamp it on my breastplate.
Okay.
You are a knight of LaRue now.
I'll take
A
it.
Knight of
I
the
will-
Unicorn. That is an actual organization in the Sword Coast. The Knights of the Unicorn.
Nice.
Looks like Brayla's finding her calling.
Bondage and unicorns.
Wow, that's quite the combo.
Yep. Okay,
Blair
everyone. On
Oof.
that note, we are going to go ahead and take our break. And when we come back, we can head below into the restricted sections of Candlekeep.
Wonder what
All
the
right,
unicorn
everyone.
music's gonna sound
So
like.
we are back. I know, right? We got to start the new more tense and spooky music a little bit since y'all are going down to this into the restricted section.
What's the name of the dragon again?
I believe it is
Miram.
Miram. Yeah.
Miram.
Mira. Okay.
All right. So, Atso, you may have been down here supervised maybe once or twice, but never past the first or second level. The further down you go, the older and older the books get, and the more a smell like almost like mildew begins to creep in. But as you're looking around, none of the books hold any evidence of that. It's almost as if it's coming from the lower passages, the stairwells, so on and so forth like that. The deeper you go, the stronger that smell gets. But your guide is leading you down towards one of the vaults that they call them. Candlekeep consists of about 24 of these vaults. They're all different in their own unique ways, and the one that you're being led to is very clearly marked with images of Mount Celestia, more of the upper planes of the outer planes, and it's clearly marked as having directly to do with celestials. The guide that's leading you down there is, well, just a lesser avowed. They don't have permission to enter into the vaults. They simply navigate through them. And as they're leading you all through this area, they lead you past a hallway, and on the ground is what looks like a scorch mark. The avowed is very careful to go around it. He says, This is where it happened. Right there. Poor Denisario.
That crazy man.
Yes. Things haven't been quite the same down here since. It's been darker. Oh, anyways, your vault is just down there, and he takes you maybe about 30, 40 feet further down the hall from where the spot with the scorch mark that he showed you. He points down a long hallway. Says, the Celestial Vault is about 200 meters down that way, and then you just hang a left, and then you go left, and he gives you these intricate directions, basically leading you all through a series of small, narrow passageways and tunnels. And he lets you know that the door to the Celestial Vault, can't miss it. It is literally made of solid gold and is etched with several runes, but he warns that the runes may not be functional at this time due to likely what you all are going to investigate.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, as you're going through these lower vault areas, you hear every now and then some whispering. Sounds like it's coming from down longer passageways. Those of you that are more familiar with Candlekeep would know that there's several stones set into the foundation of Candlekeep that have the memories of former master sages embedded into them. They are kind of like reference material. These stones are in various places, usually near a vault that has that former master sage's specialty. They're not sentient, these stones. They're more like encyclopedias. The former master sage's knowledge poured into these stones for recall by other readers, seekers, and so on. But it creates a strange effect while you're down here, where you just get these random whispers as you move past corridors. You know, some of them may sound like they're reciting a lecture on the 9 hells. Another one you pass by might be reciting a very ancient baking recipe of the orcs or something along those lines. It's all just very random information that's being whispered out through these passageways. But yeah, that is another thing that you all have access to now, is these various stones. Let's see if I can find out exactly what those are called real quick. Ah, yes. They're called the Echoes. They're all called the Echoes of Aluwando. Aluwando is the first wizard to put his records here, although he is just one of now dozens of different mages and readers that have their knowledge in these stones. The echoes that you're hearing are known as the Echoes of Aluwando, and the stones are known as the Aluwando Stones. So just another resource that you all have at your disposal whenever you need to get into research and you need to really pick the brain of an expert. Even if there is no current expert on the subject, this would be a place you could get that information. Just down here in the vault of the restricted sections.
Why are these restricted?
Some of the information is not exactly for everyone.
Like those orc recipes.
Right, you know, a lot of them possibly deadly if given to a humanoid. But it's just, this is where Aluwando put the knowledge. There's a lot of the stuff is relatively mundane. It just happened to be this location that Aluwando put the stone into, and then the restricted section kind of got built out around it.
Okay.
All right. So, following the directions that the guide gave to you, you are noticing a temperature drop, and the smell of mildew in the sea is beginning to give way to more of a moldering type of smell. And as you all get to that unmistakable golden door that the individual told you about, you see that there seems to be some sort of almost like black fuzz sticking to the seams of the door, outlining it almost like thick shadow, but it has more of like a hairy texture to it.
So, is it natural?
You make a nature check. Oh, nice. Master Reader Adso.
Yep, I have changed my name.
All right. Adso, with your 20 nature check, it closely resembles like the mold you'd find on a fruit.
Ew.
But there's a lot of it.
Not so much a lot. It's more just like in the cracks and the crevices of the door frame.
Okay. Doesn't bode well for LaRue. Is this normal?
Say,
Do
is
we
it mold
know?
natural?
Yeah, but like, this is a celestial doorway, right? Like,
I
feel
thought Rue
like,
was a nature thing.
yeah, but I guess like, you don't usually associate mold with unicorns.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, that's fair enough. Oh. You're not coming through at all.
Hmm?
Oh, Hank was talking. I was letting him know he wasn't coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Testing?
Yep,
There
you're
you
good.
go.
Okay, there is also the fact that I have recently cult that
Uses
Well,
mold and fungus.
yes.
Right.
Mm,
Then yes,
okay.
this bodes terribly.
Okay, I hope LaRue is not stuck in a weird mold monster.
Oh,
Or has
don't ruin
become a weird mold
unicorns.
monster.
Don't ruin unicorns.
Oh,
Oh, you
a
would have
mold
hated my
monster
homebrew
unicorn.
campaign. That was a sad, sad tale indeed. It was my
Aw.
first foray into consequences for players not acting quickly enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
Mm.
But
Okay, let's a unicorn to save. Okay, we'll go through the doorway, I guess.
boot kicking a door.
So
Let's do it.
the door opens relatively easily. It doesn't appear to have been locked. Almost appears that it might have been left ajar by the last person that was in here. Making your way in, it's almost like there's strange little particulates floating around in the air. Almost like little pieces of fuzz drifting through the air. It's very dark in here.
I activate my kind of the little light I have attached to my crossbow.
Okay. So, those of you that can see, the area, although it is darker than usual, so you would know that these kind of areas are normally all illuminated by perpetual light spells. Something seems to have snuffed those out. Who's casting daylight, and how much light does it shed, Brayla?
60 feet, and it's me. I have the drift globe.
Yeah.
Wow, stealing it actually helped out.
We have two. I got one and she has one.
Nice. Okay. So, the area in front of you is supernaturally dark. Your light is piercing through it, but it's only seeming to add a gray cast to everything. The darkness seeming to be caused by more than just the absence of light and by these strange little globules that are floating, drifting through the air like specks of dust. You see ahead of you all a bank of bookshelves lined into a wall. And at the center of the room is a tree.
Cool.
The tree appears to be diseased.
Oh.
Its
That's not fun.
leaves, gray and ashen, falling off and then disintegrating into a fine dust before they get to the ground, then picked up by some sort of breeze that pushes through. It becomes clear that the particles in the air are these leaves that have been disintegrated and turned into this particulate matter floating throughout the room.
Do you think lesser restoration would help?
don't think so. I think whatever's causing this is like hurting
Okay.
is whatever's hurting LaRue.
Okay.
As you all approach a
Well-
bit closer, you can see in a hollow in the tree, almost as if it was made for this rectangular shape, there is what looks like a book sitting in the center of this tree in the hollow. There is some sort of substance, almost like oil, slick, shiny, sliding over its surface into the tree, wrapping around it, sliding up and out, curling into its pages. It looks like it's almost reaching inside of the book, this strange oily substance.
Oh.
Yeah, not
Poor
fun.
unicorn.
Um,
I think she needs us.
Yeah.
just a bath will do well. Maybe not a glitter bomb bath. That's what unicorns need, right? Well, anyone want to touch the book? Mage hand the
Touch
book?
the book. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch
Nah,
it.
let's
Is
mage
I'm
hand the
willing
book
to.
first,
Oh.
just in case something splurts out on it. Anything happen, Sean?
So, using your mage hand to go up and touch the book, it comes away slick with this strange ooze. The black sludge works its way up the mage hand slowly at first, and then the mage hand disappears.
Ooh, okay, don't touch the book.
We read the book if we can't touch the book.
I say I think we have
Well,
to.
okay,
but-
who wants to touch it?
I
We can just-
am-
we can just keep on
listen,
using-
Hold on. I am immune to diseases.
I don't know if this is a disease.
Ustgar is definitely resilient to poison.
Let's just.
And a spore druid.
Okay, fungus boy, get in there.
And let Argoth touch the book.
Yeah, let's put a familiar in there.
I am glad Death Star's not here.
Death Star?
My
Or
horse.
Oh yeah. This would be very tiny for Death Star.
Argoth picks up the book.
He picks it up.
Yep.
Immediately, a piece of that black sludge reaches out and whips through the air and strikes him. It is considerably more damage than Argoth has currently.
Okay.
Oof. Okay.
Hmm. So, do we need to attempt to get the
As
book?
Argoth
Dispel.
falls, two bright red, almost feline, almost insectoid. It's hard to tell exactly what this is, but two bright red eyes open. It looks like the book is staring at you at first, but you can see the surface that these eyes rest on moves across the book, and then it slides off the book and up onto the tree. Wherever this black sludge is, these eyes travel over. It says, "She is ours."
Okay.
Ustgar just mumbles, unacceptable.
Condition.
Hunter's mark.
I don't know if we can target it right now, can
Yeah.
we?
We could fairy fire it.
The ooze begins sliding down along the trunk, still mostly attached to the book and the tree,
Okay.
sliding across the floor to the book, to the inner book walls of the bookshelves. Here and here. Oh, you can't see those pings. Sliding across the floor, kind of like this.
There's something I can target.
Yeah, you all can make aggressive actions whenever you choose to.
Well, considering I retrained a artificer cantrip last time,
Yeah, let's
Is
just
this
chuck cantrips
something
at
that
it.
is this something that hold monster would actually help with?
charges.
The
per-
But
eyes
anyway,
still.
I'm blasting.
All right,
Oh, nice.
Alistair, you blast. What are you blasting at?
You said there was something I could target, so that
There's
oily thing.
oily slicks moving across the floor. There's these slides of oil across the tree. There's it on the book. It's kind of everywhere. So which
What's
part are you targeting?
right here?
Okay. Your Eldritch Blast strikes it cleanly. How much is the damage total?
So the first one will be 12,
Okay.
and it will move, and it gets knocked back 15 feet, and the next one will be 15, and another 10 feet.
It splatters, sending bits and pieces of it flying around. The central mass is still crawling and creeping up and over things. When you strike it with that Eldritch Blast, it kind of just splatters about. It roars, or something roars. It sounds like the room itself almost cries out and lets out this primal shriek. The entire room gets darker, as if these motes that are swirling through the air seem to thicken, making it hard to see through. The room itself grows gray, and that smell of moldy mildew intensifies.
How high is the ceiling?
These ceilings are 12 feet tall. We are going to roll initiative now, though.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh, crap, I wrote for my still defender, not myself. Crud. Ah, well, it'll count the same anyhow.
Mine rolled twice for some reason.
Okay. All right. Atso.
Oh,
What was the
can't
damage total, Alistair?
The 15 and 12 is 27.
Right.
Okay, this is tough. Like, there's, I guess, those same targets that we can do, right? And does this look like this is a sentient creature, right? That we can target?
It grew a pair of bright red eyes and spoke to you.
Yep, okay. Gosh, I'm just gonna step back and see if a firebolt does anything to... I'm gonna aim for the central trunk area.
Okay.
Okay, does it hit it?
22 hits.
Okay, 14 damage.
So your bolt strikes into it and sizzles, almost like it's hitting like this greasy substance. It's burned, but it is not nearly as much as you expect it to.
Okay. I will not use that. Then. Okay. Yeah, turn.
Rigel.
So Adzo, you shot the tree, not the book?
You shot
I
that whole
shot the
area.
trunk.
Just
The
okay.
main trunk area.
Right, this thing, whatever it is coating the tree, coating the book. Pieces of itself are sliding across the floor into the bookshelves.
Okay. Well, let's see if an arrow hurts it.
That is going to miss, Rigel.
I'll use sessional one.
Okay, 24 hits.
Oh shit. You
Okay.
won't get sneak attack though. Unless
Are we
every
technically next to it?
within 5 feet of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah, I
people.
would say that you are, since it is kind of everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
It's new.
Okay. Rigel, anything else?
Yeah. It's my first turn in combat, so I get
Yes.
10. I was kind of waiting to see, like, did it appear like it took any damage?
Pieces of it splattered away.
Okay.
It shuddered and recoiled like it was injured.
Okay. Do that again.
11 does
misses, I
not
assume.
hit. Yep.
All right, I got one more attack.
Oof.
Oh,
Okay.
unbelievable. Should attack that. Okay, I'm going to move over here. That will be.
Okay. Rigel, at the end of your turn, something begins to solidify. It's almost, Alistair, you'd be the first to notice it. Books begin to fall off the shelf in front of you, and this strange black, oily substance begins to solidify and rise up, almost like it's the second time I've evoked this imagery in like 2 days, but almost like the slime in the bathtub of Ghostbusters 2 begins rising up. It forms a little bit of a mouth in front of you, Alistair. And a piece of it detaches from the main body. You all see that trail of black ooze vanish as the rest of it forms into this strange, almost oozy material. And it is going to lash out at Alistair. Alistair, that is a 21 and a 22 to hit.
It's hit.
Okay. Alistair, the first one latches onto you, and you feel a slight tug on you at first. Not like it struck you, but you can feel essence being drained out of you. You take 6 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh gosh.
There, you are within 5 feet of me.
So you get a-
Interception.
What exactly is that?
I can use reaction to reduce the damage
Okay.
by 1d10.
Plus your
Plus-
proficiency bonus.
Plus
Okay.
proficiency bonus.
So it's 6 necrotic.
Are you holding a shield though? Oh no, you gotta have a martial weapon. Never mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You should have to be holding a weapon or a shield.
So 5.
Okay, so only
Oh,
one
I think
necrotic,
One.
but we still need that con save.
Second.
This is the first attack.
Oh, shiza. Don't worry, I'm about to
second.
get Alistair.
Okay. Now you also aura protection. That gives me what plus what? Plus.
What's your
hold
pat?
on. Hold
Charisma
on.
mod?
Plus 2, so 3 altogether.
Yeah.
You said the second one was also a hit. Well, obviously it was a 22. So the second one is 4 necrotic, and we need you to repeat that con save.
Plus 2.
It helps.
Oof.
Professional.
Maybe not.
Sessional. Okay.
Oh, you're using it. Okay. I'm not using that.
You were hovering over it.
Yep. The second I heard con save, I'm just like,
So 16 plus whatever Braille is giving me.
Okay.
18.
That does succeed.
So everyone get behind Uskar.
Uskar, you are. Oh, sorry. It's the Steel Defender's turn. Then Uskar.
It's Nathaniel, so I just had this selected, but it's
Okay.
the same. So
Got it.
the Stone Defender is going to 5.
Don't stand behind Alistair.
He's gonna try to get up here. Can it attack that? I'm not quite sure about on that little target there.
Yeah, there's a wall. It is on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Go to here
don't-
instead.
Yeah, he's going to try to get over here and do a force empowered range right quick.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
It does.
5 force damage.
Okay.
Nathaniel, for his part, is
Rigel, you're in a wall. I've got to move you up a square.
Oh, sorry.
Or is I need to turn on the dynamic lighting blocking effect.
this little black line here of some of that darkness.
That it is.
Is that within 5 feet of me?
It is.
Okay. Well, in that case, I might as well utilize this because as a bonus action, right quick. And we're gonna just take a swing or two right fast.
Okay. 23 hits.
Okay, so 23 hits. So, 10 one-handed slashing and 5 poison plus 2d6 for the radiant. So that's 8.
Nathaniel, it takes no poison damage.
Okay, so just the slashing because it is a magical weapon. So 10 plus 8, that's 18. And we're gonna take another swing at it.
13 does not hit.
Okay. How does it seem to react to the radiant damage?
As normal. It doesn't seem to
Okay, so it's
recoil
like-
from it any more than any other physical blow it might have taken.
Okay. And target also sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and cannot become invisible until that spell ends. Let me mark myself as concentrating, and that should do it.
Okay. Uskar.
Oh, it doesn't look like Nathaniel is in the
Right,
turn
we have the
order.
Steel Defender and they're representing Nathaniel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I accidentally had the Steel Defender instead, and instead of redoing it all, I'm just like, I know which one
That's fine.
it is. So.
Yeah. No big deal. Okay, sorry I missed that.
Uskar sees one of his squishies getting hit, so he's gonna step up here, and he's going to bait and switch.
Nice.
Rolling superiority die. So I'm gonna take the 4 for now. So.
Okay.
Plus
So you're
4.
switching with me?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. And then he's going to attempt to hit this thing twice.
That's a hit.
Nice.
I'm missing. It should have. It's gonna be 11. I missed the. I have a modifier I forgot to put on, so it's 11.
Okay.
All right, and we're gonna do it again. 18
18 hits.
for 15. How does it look like I'm doing decent amount of damage to it?
Does.
Nice.
All right. That's gonna be his turn.
Okay. Alistair.
Is there still 2 red eyes here?
There is.
Ooh.
Moving along the tree.
I'm banishing them.
It's a charisma save, right?
Yes, DC 16.
All right. It does get an 18 on that.
Why not? Let's try that again. Let's try it again.
Silvery barbs. Second result is a 17.
Oof. Oh well. Brayla, you have advantage on your next attack.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Alistair, it recoils as you do that, and you can see it beginning to pull itself, solidify itself.
And I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, kind of pulling all of itself back together. You see some of the ooze left in the wall in the bookcase, but the rest of it's kind of congealing back into a central mass. You all see tendrils releasing from the book and then congregating on a central point surrounding those eyes.
Yeah, that's it from me.
It then detaches from the tree and with a wet slap falls onto the ground.
Ugh.
You hear that same voice
Oh.
saying,
That would be
"It
a
is
great start."
done." It's kind of bubbly, gurgly. It says, "It is done. She falls to shadow."
Mhm. Nothing that a little bit of glitter can't put some light on.
All right. Nathaniel. Ooh, it's a 27 to hit for the first one. As pieces of that black sludge begin shooting out like little rods towards you. So a 27 for the first one. Nathaniel, that is 13 acid on the first attack. The second one is only a 16 to hit. Once more, it lashes out. 13 to hit on that one.
I was ready.
Okay. That is its turn. Now, Rigel, Adso, you are the first, and Alistair. All of you notice something strange occurring on the walls. Looks like hands begin to reach out towards you. Like these little particles that were floating through the air kind of begin to drift towards the walls, forming into these grasping appendages. Everyone that is within 5 feet of one of these outer walls, outside of those two circles. So Rigel, Adso, and Alistair.
We need to make saves.
Nope. It is, we'll start with Rigel. It is only a 13 to hit you, Rigel. I'm sure that misses.
Yep.
Adso, a 21 to hit.
Oof. Yeah, that hits.
That is going to be 13 necrotic, Adso. I need you to roll a d4.
D4.
Adso, your strength score is reduced by 4.
Oh, okay. That's not fun.
I'm guessing it wasn't great to begin with.
Nope, it is now 4.
Alistair, it's a 7. Ooh, it's a 17 to hit, Alistair.
That hits.
It is 12 necrotic, and I need a d4. Your strength score is reduced by 1.
No save for those?
Just an attack.
Okay.
Right. Brayla.
Yes. Brayla would like to hit it with a hammer, please.
As one does. 16 does not hit. It seems to separate, and the slime moves directly out of the way, so when your hammer strikes, it hits only stone.
Then I'm doing it again. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do my sessional, please.
Okay.
And I'm gonna smite.
Smite.
Hmm.
Ooh. Crit smite.
And smite, I'm going to smite at level 3. I think I can smite at now. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing level 3, so that's
6.
It's gonna be a lot of
Six.
damage, is what it is.
no, it's more than 6. Is it 6 twice? Because I smited?
Yeah. Well, I think it's 6
But-
for the level 3 times
So 12. So 12d.
So it'll say on your divine smite, Rayla. You can
Oh,
check
okay.
that
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me.
before we just let 12d6 hit this table. Let's just verify that.
2. It might be 10. I might have been off.
Right. That's why we're
Sorry,
checking.
give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find it here. Let me look at divine smite. 2d8 at level 1, extra radiant damage to the target plus 1d8 for each level higher than first max.
Oh,
max
so
is
it's
5.
8.
Yeah, so it's 8d8.
8d8. Okay. So
Oof.
let me just
My
do
bad.
that real quick. Before we let 12 hit the table. Oh, it did not pop up. It was 30.
No.
30. Nice. Okay. So that's in addition to the 19 here. So 49 points. Very nice. All right.
And she just makes like a comment. like,
You
know,
all
"Happy
hear
unicorn."
a shrieking sound begin to fill the air. Brayla, I'm sorry, I should have done this at the beginning of your turn, but that was my bad. I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, her -1
As this
modifier,
thing has
sure.
fully formed and solidified into itself, you all begin to hear this strange droning sound, like insects buzzing right by your head, as if a rotting carcass was just right beneath your feet. Swarms of insects. This is the sound that this would replicate. Brayla. So that was my fault for not remembering to do this at the beginning of your turn, but that is obviously a fail. You have until, well, okay. Let me read through this real quick because it should have happened at the beginning of your turn, but that was my bad.
And did you add your aura protection to that?
It should automatically be built into hers.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that though.
Yeah,
What's your wisdom score?
a -1, so it's already in there.
Okay, so Brayla, what we're gonna do is
Okay.
we're gonna roll this over to the start of your next turn. The next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check that you make has disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, that would work because their first one was a 16 that missed.
Yeah, and
so
she
it's a
failed
9.
by more than 5, so it's a little bit worse for you, Brayla. So we'll go ahead and just let this all work out just as it did. We'll have you make the save after you land your attack, and then this happens as soon as your attack ends, as soon as that first attack
Okay.
ends. So
Okay.
you are the target of a confusion spell.
Okay. Nothing
Oh,
seems
no.
different about Brayla.
Okay. All right, Brayla. So when we get back to your turn, we will need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I at least hurt it?
Yes, you very much heard it. You heard it very badly. Okay, that brings us to the next piece of this thing that is broken off, now solidified on the opposite side of the wall. You can see Nathaniel, it's still pulling through some of the cracks, bits and pieces of it still trying to break through. It is going to begin lashing out at you. Nathaniel, this time the pseudopods from this thing lash out towards you, but they seem to try to latch onto you, focusing on some of your wounds, almost as if it's trying to move and slide into the cuts, slashes on your body. I need you to make a con save.
You're not coming through again, Hank.
Daniel,
That's
There you
a
go.
does have a +2 as
Okay.
well due to
that is
being
a success. If you have any bonus to that, it is a success.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nathaniel, you're able to brush this thing off as it's trying to move onto your body and try to like slide into the wounds. You are able to brush it off. Brings us back to Adso. At the beginning of your turn, Adso, if you are within 30 feet of that thing, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 1 times.
Man, I'm glad I took resilient and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite feats.
Adso, the buzzing intensifies in your ears, becomes almost maddening. You have disadvantage on your next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Okay, so question. So all the weird black stuff that's been attacking us is on the walls, except this inner circle area?
Right.
Okay.
Adso, they're reaching out for you. You feel that if you can get 5 feet or more away from these outer walls, they won't be able to reach you.
Wait, oh, these walls right here?
Correct. These walls.
Okay, so would this wall over here be okay?
Alistair was just attacked by 1-2.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so
if we're standing
and all these walls are affected then.
like
These inner walls are not.
So you want to go like right here?
Like right, but we're still
Yeah.
30 feet next within that thingamabob.
I think that's the point.
yeah,
That's
we gotta
not
get
fun.
close to it.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Again,
try.
these hands they seem like they can reach more than 5 feet off the walls.
And no reaction.
Adso is not attacked.
Okay, cool beans. So, did it seem to like? Can we get some intel on what this thing is? Would I have known? Does it look like
You
anything I
can-
recognize?
If you want to try to get information that detailed, it would take your action to do so.
Okay, never mind. Then, you know what? Let's do what Alistair tried to do and try and banish it.
Magic resistance is giving this thing advantage on these rolls. I will make the save now. Charisma. Meets to beat. Adso 16.
Gotta do it again.
All right. Good luck. At advantage, the charisma save is an 18.
Oh fuck.
Doesn't
Okay.
get advantage on the second roll. It rolls again.
So magic resistance is nullified?
You magically strike the targeting creature, and targeting creature must re-roll the d20 and use
Yeah.
the lower roll.
So 15 or 16 was still the lower roll.
Yeah, the 16. So it's
18 was the second roll. 16 is the first roll. So
Okay.
of those two, the 16 is still the lower roll.
Okay.
So Rigel will take some advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, and good luck.
Rigel,
Okay.
being within 30 feet of it, we need you to make that wisdom save.
Oh no. All right.
Yeah, but like, hey, you got advantage, so it'll be a
Exactly.
straight roll.
Rigel, you
Ugh.
have failed that save by more than 5. You are the
Oh,
target
yeah,
of a
roll.
confusion spell.
Oh gosh.
God, I can't roll tonight.
Go ahead and repeat your wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I misread
yeah,
that.
'cause
You
it-
are just affected by the confusion spell. So I need you to roll a d10.
Ugh.
10 with a 5. Rigel, you cannot move or take actions this turn.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have faith in us.
Uskar, are you missing any hit points?
No, sir.
Right. All right. Uskar, it is a 23. Oh, that's a crit with a 25. A 23, a
deflect
25.
attack.
Okay.
25 was deflected. I blocked a 23.
Yeah.
So the crit imposing disadvantage on that turns it into an 8. The last attack is only a 24.
Well, all of them miss.
Yeah.
Nathaniel.
I will probably start with my
Does he
skill
make a
defender taking
confusion
his-
saving throw?
Does it need
Yes,
to
he
make
does.
a-
Apologies.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume
I
so.
think we ruled before that it has to take it. Which type of save is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom for the steel defender first.
Can a robot be confused?
It's not a
18
robot.
succeeds.
Okay, so he's functioning as normal, right?
Yep.
Okay, he's going to try to kick this thing in where it assumes that its junk is.
Sorry.
25 hits.
And with the 25, I assume he connects there for 10 force damage. Uskar's obviously rubbing off on him. And going back to Nathaniel, well, there's now a couple of nasty things here, but
Nathaniel has to roll
He's
his
gonna keep-
wisdom save.
yeah, I have to roll a wisdom save. Let's see what that is. Thankfully, our protection should be active. That's bad. I will take my sessional to make that a 19.
Okay,
With
that is a
that-
success.
Yeah. That 3, I do not like the thought of not having that. So he's going to, well, take a few swings, because these things are close where his range stuff work as well.
21 hits. Which one are you swinging at?
The one that Brayla just smacked with the smite,
Got it.
under the theory that it's probably looking a little more wobbly. So 9 damage from the first hit. And we'll take a second swing. Does a 16 hit or does it miss? I think it
Does not
misses.
hit. 16 misses.
Okay. Well, and I can't really move without getting opportunity attacks on me, so I think that is my turn.
Uskar. Wisdom save, please.
save.
Yep. 18 succeeds.
Suck it, Trebek. He's just gonna do a double pokey. Got one. We're gonna take we're gonna take that crit.
Yeah.
Who used their sessional at the very beginning of the session? Was that Rigel that did that?
That was me.
Okay, just checking.
I'm also going to attempt to trip attack it as well.
Okay.
So boom, take all that damage, and then I move things around. Where is it? It needs to make a. I think it's like. I don't remember what the DC is.
Uskar, it cannot go prone.
Alright, that's all that matters. But it takes all that damage.
16, 19.
Okay. And now we're going to hit it again.
Dang it.
1 hits.
Nice.
For another 12. Why couldn't I roll like that with a crit? Goodness. That'll be his turn.
Alistair.
Let's see. We're gonna start by doing a quicken spell. of Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So I'm assuming 13 misses,
13 does not hit.
9 misses, and then I cast Eldritch Blast again, and I miss, and I finally hit.
There's a hit.
Yay!
So it takes 10 force damage. Wow,
Which one?
that was horrible. This one.
Okay.
I think that's the only one I can actually clearly see. And 15 feet straight back away from me.
Okay.
And then I am going to move. So, question.
Mhm.
If I'm here, I'm not within 5 feet of the walls
The
that are trying to...
hands would be grasping out for you and unable to reach you.
Okay. So that is where I want to go, is right there.
There you go.
Hey, I will join you there.
Right. Anything else?
Wow, that was a bunch of misses.
Yeah, unfortunate. Okay. With a seemingly supernatural speed, this thing slithers across the floor. Right up in between all of you. Rises up into this pillar in the middle of everyone. And Uskar gets a tentacle. Rayla gets a tentacle. Nathaniel gets a tentacle.
You all get tentacles.
Mm-hmm. Nathaniel, it's a 20 to hit.
Normally it would hit, but considering it's a tentacle, I'm just going to go ahead and use a first level spell and cast shield on myself.
Okay. Brayla, that is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
14 acid, Brayla. And Uskar, let's see if it can hit you. Ah, 27.
You son of a...
Yeah. 15 acid, Uskar.
Gonna absorb elements that.
Okay.
So, I'll worry about that later. So I'll take 7 or 8.
7.
7.
Okay. Next, Rigel, one of those hands reaches out for you. It's only an 8 to hit.
No. Nope.
Brings us to this guy right here. Okay. Nathaniel, it lashes out at you. It is... Your AC is up until your next turn, right? Oh.
Yeah, it's currently up at 23.
The second attack is a crit at 25.
Okay.
Anybody can do anything about that?
My
Interception.
reaction. Oh, there we go.
No, no. Yeah, he's 5 feet. I can do it. Interception.
What was that?
Interception.
Okay. And that imposes disadvantage?
No, I take some of his stuff. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
1d10 plus her proficiency.
Okay. So let's see. It's a total of only. It's a damage total is only 10, but the damage isn't the spooky thing about this. We need Nathaniel to make a Constitution save.
Can't help you that,
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm close enough for our protection.
I'm +2 to whatever.
10 plus 2, and I don't believe I can utilize Flash of Genius, but I believe I have already used it for the shield spell.
Yeah, your reaction for shield.
Correct. I've already used the reaction for shield.
Nathaniel, you are paralyzed until the start of this thing's next turn.
Oh gosh.
Take it, Nathaniel.
Paralyzed?
Paralyzed.
Yeah, I chose the right thing to use my sessional against that.
Okay. Adso.
Okay. This is tough. I have to make. Do I have to make the thing again?
Yep. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Alistair lucked out. I forgot about him.
No,
Oh.
I was 35 feet away.
Oh, nice.
I measured.
Nice. Okay.
That's why I didn't.
Okay.
I partly failed that.
Adso, you have
But I
failed by
have-
5 or more.
I have my reaction back. I'm using a chronal shift.
Okay. Hold up. Good luck.
It said hold up.
Much better.
16 fails, but not by 5 or more.
Yes.
You do have disadvantage on your next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Well, I am not gonna make an attack roll, ability check, or any of that stuff. I'm just gonna. Who wants haste? Who's going?
Oh,
Gosh.
well, I go
This
I
is
go
tough.
next, but I have to take my wisdom save.
Yeah.
Rigel's
Oh,
confused.
did Brayla get skipped? Brayla got skipped. Brayla, go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay. Let's go back to Brayla.
she's just gonna hit it with a hammer.
Wisdom save.
Yep, wisdom save, sorry.
Sorry,
So much to keep track of. There's a macro that keeps track of all this shit for me, but like it's so hard to use.
Is 18 okay?
18 succeeds.
Yes. Now I'm gonna hit it with a hammer.
All right. Ten is not going to do it.
I am not great tonight.
17 just hits.
Sweet. I think I'm gonna smite anyway because I want to get it. So
Get all the
let me-
damage in.
Yeah. And then my 8d8. No, 48. My bad. There you go. 20.
20 more. Okay. All right.
I don't like it.
That is going to bring us back to Adso for his action.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
Atto.
It's alright. Yeah. I'm casting haste on Rigel and getting the fuck out.
Rigel's confused.
Oh,
Don't-
no, but he's
Till
until his
well,
next
till
turn.
the start of my turn. But I'll probably have to make that wisdom save again.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's making the save, so
Yeah.
anyone can be a bad
Okay.
choice.
Confused.
I mean,
Rigel,
I'll
you
take
are
that.
under the anyone that is under the effect of the confusion spell is under that effect for 1 minute until somebody ends it on them.
Oh,
Oh.
1 minute?
1 minute.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
who
I
else
thought,
isn't confused?
Uskar is
Who's not? Uskar, you're hasted.
I think Rigel's the only one that's actually confused under the
Yeah.
confusion spell right
Oh, I thought Brayla was.
now. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fuck. So much to keep track of. I keep forgetting all this shit. So yes,
We need
anybody
to
that is
mark
under yeah.
Confused.
Do you want to mark
I thought it said in just for that turn.
That
Yeah,
is
I thought it-
Nathaniel
No,
is
that's the-
paralyzed until the start of the Necrocore's next turn. The thing that's happening here is an ability called Format Madness. It is any creature that isn't something starts its turn within 30 feet of this thing must succeed on a wisdom save, or it hears faint buzzing in its head for a moment and has disadvantage on its next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. If the saving throw against Format Madness
Ugh.
fails by 5 or more, the creature is instead subject to the confusion spell for 1 minute. No concentration
God.
required by the creature. While under the effect of that confusion, the creature is immune to this effect further. So you are just confused and for 1 minute, or until someone can end it on you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah,
Brayla is under that same effect.
you are hasted.
Sounds good.
So details of
Right.
confusion. Spell assault and twist creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking controlled action. It's a wisdom. You've already failed the wisdom save, so at the start of each of your turns, you have to roll a d10, and that determines what you do with your turn.
Oh.
Oof. That's a lot of missed damage. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to put markers on everyone that has that. So Brayla, I can't forget that on you again. I gotta put a marker on you. Let's just go ahead and do that.
Oh, there you go, Red.
Okay, so Rigel, since I've forgotten it on Brayla, we'll go ahead and just give you disadvantage on whatever attack that you want to make. And then we'll have the confusion kick in next turn. Just to even the playing field here.
Okay. No big. Oy. But can I move? I can move though?
Yes, you can move. You can move and you'll have disadvantage on your attacks, and then starting on your next turn, you'll roll a d10 to determine what you do on your turn.
Alright. I'll get up right at close and then. And I'm just gonna start stabbing it.
Happy stabbing.
Trying to.
14 does not hit. Or which one are you shooting at? Oh, never mind.
Well-
This is the only one you could have hit, so 14 does not hit. These two on the other side of rolls.
God, I cannot
Yeah.
roll tonight. What the hell? Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
is just really heart wrenching. Okay,
This
that's it.
situation is heart wrenching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Unicorns,
go
guys.
sit in a corner, like just feeling sad.
No, that's what the monster wants you to do. Don't give in.
My gosh.
Comment. This is as if they're affected by the confusion spell.
Correct.
You have to use
So
the power
the
of
confusion spell
friendship.
does say that they get a saving throw at the end of their turn to
But the-
shake.
Okay, so they should
At
be
the
able
end
to
of
shake
each of
that.
its turns, an affected target can make a Wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds, the effect ends up for that target.
Okay. And then this says, while under the effect of that confusion, the creature is immune to this effect further. So yeah, so it goes on for a minute. If confusion does allow saving throws, then saving throws can be done. So Rigel, a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Okay. Okay. Well, I've been rolling real well so far, so
13 is no good.
that's par for the course.
Okay. Uskar. Pseudopod attacks. 22 is the highest one.
Miss. Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you,
His
Adso.
AC is +2. Yeah.
Nathaniel and the Steel Defender.
Okay, Nathaniel is paralyzed.
Oh.
Yes, until
So-
the beginning of the creature's next turn.
Yeah, so I don't know if this even I'll do the Steel Defender first because it's a Wisdom throw. So, I don't. So apparently, it is the Steel Defender is confused.
Correct. Go ahead and roll that d10 for it. A 5,
five.
I believe, is the it does not take any actions.
Okay.
Yep, does not move or
And,
take an action this turn.
And on Nathaniel, he needs to do the Wisdom save as well. Correct.
The end of yes.
Well, he's
Paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Do you automatically? Well, that's a fail, anyways. Nathaniel, you are also under the effects of confusion spell, but you're already paralyzed. So let's see what that does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You're confused
Oh.
and not moving.
Who
like
am
you
I?
Okay, yeah,
What am I?
everything on here is either move or don't move. So you just don't
What
move.
am I? John,
What's
oh my
become
god.
of my life? Or what? This is the internal monologue of someone who is who's been paralyzed and.
This is someone who took an edible and dropped LSD.
Oh no. All right, so Brayla, Rigel, and Nathaniel are all confused,
And the
Every
Steel
day of my
Defender.
life.
and the Steel Defender. Okay, Uskar, let's see that wisdom save.
This is wonderful.
This is a complicated fight. I don't know why I did this to myself.
We'll never do it again.
23
Luckily, I'm
is a
not-
success.
Tonight has been wild from start to finish. So.
Luckily, Uskar's proficient in both of those saves. Let's just try to smashy, I guess.
Smash.
Yeah, 10's gonna miss. 25.
25 hits. Which one?
The this guy, because he's paralyzing my friends. And we're gonna throw in a trip attack.
And confusing your friends.
That too. So, can he be knocked prone?
Cannot.
Okay, I just wanted the extra damage anyways. That is attack number 2, and I get a third one. That's going to miss horrendously.
So what was the damage total from those?
You got it, 18.
Yep.
You know what? He doesn't like this guy next to him. He's gonna action surge. He's gonna attack it 3 more times.
Kick you.
Boom, miss. Wait,
That's
no,
it.
he's got advantage. Hold on. The 22 would have hit, so the 18. So I have advantage with Nathaniel on the other
Right,
side.
flanking.
So-
Actually,
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's incapacitated. Yeah, he's paralyzed.
Never mind.
No advantage from
Ignore the first the damage is the 13 then.
Another 13.
All right, do it again. 20.
Hit.
Let me count my attacks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the last one for another 10.
You're rolling 5 million times as much, but missing half.
I'm okay. I hit him 3 times. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's
I'll
as if
take
you
it.
you hit.
It works. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Alistair.
checking something real quick. Is confusion considered a charm effect?
Doesn't say anything about creatures with a resistance to being charmed having any effect on it.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah, I'm gonna blast it.
Yeah.
So you start blasting.
Yep, and I'm missing.
There you
But
go.
then I'm
That's
crit.
it.
Oh,
Yep.
Hey.
So 14, 17 damage.
nice, okay.
And 15 feet straight back.
I don't know how it would work with Prela in the way, directly in the path of the movement.
Well, I
It's
mean,
an open spot.
yeah, you can move. I mean,
Yeah, but we don't let enemies
does-
move through occupied spaces.
yeah, but this is forced movement.
It's into an open spot, right?
– 15 feet, right?
15 feet, yeah.
No, I can't.
That is it for me. I'm staying right where I am.
Okay. All right. It's going to do the same thing, rushing up onto everybody. And tentacles for 2 for Brayla, 1 for Rigel. Brayla, it is an 18 and a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Rigel is a 21 to hit.
Ugh, that'll hit.
21 acid damage.
Mm.
Oh,
Deception.
Adso, don't tell me that's not where Grumps is.
Well, no, probably Grunt is like not on me.
Okay, good. I don't like
Yeah.
killing familiars.
Can I do interception for Rigel if I am confused?
Confusion doesn't show anything about you not being able to take your reactions.
Excellent. And you get some of
Oh,
this.
Rough. Brayla, it specifically says an affected creature can't take reactions.
Ah, well then
Wop.
don't take any of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I tried.
Ugh, I appreciate it.
Okay. Nobody is within 5 feet of the walls. Brayla, roll a d10.
D10 for you.
6. Keep getting this one over and over again. You cannot move or take actions this turn.
I'm just muttering about unicorns.
But I do think you get the saving throw at the
Yeah.
end.
Go ahead and make your save. Wisdom save.
Okay.
19 succeeds. You are no longer confused.
Yay! You son of a bitch. She just turns around, the thing's right there.
All right. Brings us to this guy. Okay. More slappings. Nathaniel, it is a 19 and a nat 1 to hit you.
The 19 will hit because, again, I definitely cannot take any reaction. So
Okay.
You
You actually
are-
can. You are. I believe it's until this. Let me double check that real quick. But I believe it's until the start of this thing's next turn. Until the start of this creature's next turn. So you are no longer paralyzed.
But I am
confused.
confused.
Oh, but you're still confused. Yeah, rough. So in that case, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw to see if you're re-paralyzed.
Oh my god.
I'm re-paralyzed.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh my god, this is just dismal.
Okay. That is its turn. My macros appear to have stopped working. Okay. Brings us to Adso.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself my reaction back. And so these things are resistant to fire that we found out, but we haven't found out if that's resistant to fire, right?
Correct.
Fuck it, I'm scorching raying it.
$13 does not hit.
Okay. 11 doesn't hit. Hey! Okay, that is, yeah. What is that? 18 damage?
Okay. Takes 9 damage. Which one are you shooting at?
Okay. The big guy.
9 is still enough. It goes down.
Yes!
Awesome.
Oh god, I'm so
Oh,
happy.
oh my
Number
god.
Are those
confusion, number
confused by it?
paralysis.
Are those confused by it no longer confused?
It says that it lasts for 1 minute and that it does not require concentration from the Necrocore. That leads me to believe that that's if this effect continues.
Necrocore. Interesting.
Oh, sorry. The Necrocore is the other things. This is something else.
Oh, okay.
These are Necrocores, though.
Oh, okay.
Just put the confused kids in a corner of the room for a few seconds.
They can whack on each other.
What?
Okay. Adso?
Yeah, that was my action. And
Okay.
I'm continuing to concentrate on the haste.
Rigel, let's get a D10.
Boy,
You can do it, buddy. You got this.
I don't know.
Think high numbers. Think high numbers.
Come on. Boom!
What
Rigel,
does
you
You're
can
welcome.
act and move normally.
Magnitude.
Okay, you from now on have to do some cheerleading before I roll.
You got this! Rigel!
Start hitting something, Rigel. You can do it.
He's channeling her inner releve.
Yeah. Okay, so we still have a thing to attack, huh?
Yep.
Right next to you.
I think these
Two
other
things.
ones are on the other side of the wall from you.
Correct.
I just think, yeah. So I think you have to like slide around Nathaniel,
Right, you gotta get on the other side of these walls.
or between Uskar
Like
and
over here?
Nathaniel to attack the one that's yeah.
Okay.
Just focus. You've got this.
I don't. Would I get advantage if I moved?
He's paralyzed still.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. If I was
Well.
up and about, you would, but I'm still paralyzed, so I can't help you.
I'll move there anyway. And rah rah rah, sis boom ba. Do this thing. Yep. Yep. I haven't rolled above a 10, I think, this entire game. Okay, here we go.
There you go. That's a hit.
There it is.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Very
I'm gonna
nice.
I'm gonna favor foe this guy too, just this stuff. Oh shoot, I have a button for
You have a
one
what?
sec.
A butt.
A button.
His butt
Ah.
on.
On.
He has a butt on this.
On.
Sure.
He
That
touched
is
the
a
butt
24.
on.
18 damage total. Is that what I'm seeing?
20. Well,
Oh yeah. Okay. So 24.
I think I still get the sneak even if Nathaniel is incapacitated, right?
So go ahead and read through the text real quick. Sneak attack.
Yeah, it's like if a.
I believe it says if that creature is not incapacitated.
Oh, okay, never mind.
18.
Yes, it's not so bad.
Okay. Okay. Uskar, it's a 23 to hit, followed by a 16.
Oh, no, man. This 23 matches.
8 necrotic, and I need a con save from you.
8 necrotic. 1 second. Necrotic is not one of those. So 8 necrotic. And then a con save.
And you're within 10 feet of Brayla, so you get a bonus.
Of how much?
2.
Plus 2.
6.
Okay, you succeed.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh.
Thank God for that plus 7.
Yeah, DC is literally 15.
Ugh.
Okay. Nathaniel and the Steel Defender.
Okay, we'll do Steel Defender first, right quick. 'cause
D10?
these who I have annihilated. Oh, D10 first.
The
8.
Steel Defender uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. So that is the Necrocor and Uskar. Go ahead and roll a D2. Necrocor's 1, Uskar's 2. Flip a coin.
How do I roll a D2?
Here, I can go ahead and do it. I don't think D&D Beyond has a D2, does it?
Well,
Splash art.
no. I also don't see one here on D20.
You can just do backslash R space 1D2.
Backslash R space 1D2.
It's Uskar.
Well,
Take a
the
swing.
hits or not. 12. The betrayal, Uskar. The betrayal.
Alright.
Uskar just looks at Nathaniel and shakes his head. This is why magic's evil.
The Steel Defender gets a saving throw at the end of its turn to end the
That
confusion
does.
effect.
Yep.
Oh, Rigel,
So-
did you make yours?
He did.
I'm already.
Succeeded.
Yeah,
I'm good.
he got that 10.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure a 10 does not
10 does not
cover
succeed.
it. So, okay, Nathaniel's case, he is paralyzed and he is confused. So what does he I know he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotta roll a D10 first.
Oh, D10 first. But he is paralyzed, so I don't even
Yeah,
know
so
if he
you
can
wouldn't be able to do
on
anything
that.
anyway. So yeah, go ahead and make your wisdom save.
Yeah.
When was? Oh wait, that was his turn.
Plus 2 is the
so
only
that'd be
13.
a 13.
DC is
Since I
18.
since I cannot use my Flash of Genius thing, that's not going to work anyhow. So, yeah, I'm still laying there.
Okay, Uskar.
Nathaniel, you could at least get up and help.
Rich.
Alright, he's just gonna go back to poking this guy. 21.
Yep.
14. 19.
19 hits.
For 13.
13 takes that
Still
one
alive.
down.
Hey, you
Alright,
got one more
he's-
attack.
And he's gonna move over here and play a little stab. 13. Because I'm assuming
13.
Rigel isn't gonna give me not the right way.
13 hits the little guys.
Oh, shite.
Oh.
Alright. Take another 8. He can take 8 damage then. I'm still in the right circle. Okay, good. No wall demons.
I think the wall demon's done. Is it?
No, he just can't axe as we're not close enough to it.
No, but the wall
Um,
demon was the other monster.
The big bad guy.
Yeah.
The hands are still reaching out from the walls.
Oh, okay. Fuck
But
it.
it's these walls and not these walls, so I'm fine.
Correct.
Bonus action. Second wind is a 1d10 plus level, I believe.
Yes.
So I'll take 12 health.
Nice.
I'm not mad at all. Puts me at 71. That'll be his turn.
I'll stare.
Yeah, I'm casting Summon Fae. Toot toot, I need you! And Toot Toot will appear right there. And then Toot Toot will face step to right there. And then Toot Toot will attack. With advantage on the first one, so a 19
19 hits.
for 13 plus 6, 19 damage.
Okay.
Next attack, a 21
Good hit.
for
20.
another 20 points of damage.
Awesome.
And Summon Fae, that's an action spell, so that is it for me.
Brayla.
Now that Brayla is no longer baffled by her own existence, she's gonna swagger over here with her warhammer. And
There's a wall between you and it, Brayla.
oh, I can kind of see it. Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna swagger over nowhere because everyone's already up in
that
there.
is
Shove
a spot.
Nathaniel out. Shove the.
Yeah, you can be right there.
Cool, thanks.
Alistair,
Now
I
I'm
think
gonna
you're
smack it.
in my space.
Am I in your space? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
How
right.
did that happen?
Top of me.
Dirty
There
20.
we go.
Smash it with a hammer.
All right. 13. Okay.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Ooh, crit.
Hooray. I feel like smiting.
Do
I
it.
think it's only going to be the. Does 18 kill it?
Nope.
Okay. So I think it's only going to be the 48 because I'm only going to level 2.
Oh, that'd be level 2 smite is 3d8 normally, so you'd be doing 68 for a crit.
Okay. So I'm going to do it on here. That way you guys can actually see it because I didn't like that before you couldn't.
Yeah,
Gotta get-
if you just roll
Oh!
dice,
One. So 33.
That does it.
Yeah.
Everybody
These
just
things were
surrounding this
keeping her from the
blob
unicorn.
of goop.
Yeah. That's what you get for being a goop. And by the way,
Don't stand between Brayla and a unicorn.
just Adzo's just gonna like very weakly crawl over to where everyone else is.
With his 4 strength.
are there still grasping hands coming out
No,
of the
as
walls?
the last bit of that creature's essence died, the hands, all of those strange little motes flying around would drift down to the floor. The hands would sink back into the walls. It gets a little brighter in here. It's still quite dark, but it's not supernaturally dark anymore.
I
The
think we're
tree
losing trouble,
still
guys.
appears sick, and the book has little bits of globules falling off of it still. It is very much not looking great.
We have to go save the unicorn.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
we-
after midnight. I believe Zephyr had to.
Go.
So
It's-
we are going to go ahead and call it a session here, and when we come back next week, we will see about LaRue's book.